What's up, y'all? What's good? Welcome to the What Up Though Show. It's your boy Dame D, and I am back with another one. I want to apologize. We went live for a second, and we had to stop because I was not. I was streaming live, which I stopped because I realized that was on Zeus Network, so I didn't want to get any copyright infringement. So I believe YouTube may have pulled my stream off, which hopefully they did. Don't want any YouTube problems or any drama. So let me check to make sure you guys can hear me. We're getting ready to set up for this Claressa Shield fights. Hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. Okay, so let me make sure I can be heard. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear me real quick. You know what? Okay, so I can't be heard. Okay, so I'm gonna come out of here. So I just wanted to make sure that I can be heard and everybody can hear me because, like I said, we recently was just kicked out. What do you guys think about that Ray J Orlando Brown fight? We getting ready to set up for this. We're getting ready to set up for this Claressa Shields that's getting ready to come on. This Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott fight is next. So we're getting ready to set up for that. I just want to come back in because I thought that YouTube kicked your boy out. I was not trying to show that actual Zeus fight. I thought it was on YouTube. So they kicked us out for a second, which was a good thing. I didn't want to get any copyright infringements on my channel. So give me a second, you guys. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me over there on YouTube. I want to make sure that we are live on YouTube too. Okay, so I'm just checking my audio and video and everything, making sure you guys can hear me. So I look like I am good over there on YouTube. So I'm gonna back out of here. All right, so I'm gonna back out of that. So it looks like we're good. So what's good, you guys? We just, like I said, we're setting up, getting ready for this Claressa Shields fight. I have commentary, but I have audio on YouTube that I was listening to, getting ready for this fight. So give me 1 second. Okay, so I won't listen to that. So what's going on out there, man? What did y'all think about? Let me turn these comments on. The comment section, I believe, is not on yet. I don't think I have it turned on, so give me 1 second. Okay. Yes, we are live. We live. That was at 9:11. Okay, so you just put that in there. What up, though? Marquise Tidwell. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Your boy, I'm just now getting set up. I'm running a little late because I was trying to bring you guys those pre-fights, the Orlando Brown, Ray J fight, and then a Baddies fight. I actually thought that they stopped at that fight, but I think that fight was on Zeus, so I was not able to show that fight. But I'm going to get ready. I'm getting ready to set everything up for this Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott fight. So you guys got to give me a second. I'm kind of back and forth trying to do things. So, but in the meantime, in the between time, how's everybody's Saturday been going? So I am not going to be able to show that fight, but I will. I will do full fight commentary on that fight. Hopefully, everybody's having a great Saturday night. Hopefully, everybody had having a great weekend. You know, hopefully, you guys were entertained with that Ray J. If I give you guys this opinion, what did you think about that Ray J Orlando Brown fight? Were you entertained? Was that something you guys would continue watching? Would you pay for something like that? You know, because when we were streaming, I had a few people in the chat. They say that's something that that they would watch if they didn't have to pay for it. And I understand, because I definitely wouldn't want to pay my hard earned money, to see bullshit like that. You know what I mean? And Kay Marcus Tito made a comment. He said, "Great." So you said the fight was great. Did you like the fight? Did you enjoy that fight, Marcus? Marquise, sorry about that. So what do you think about this next fight getting ready to come up? The Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott. She had to lose, I believe, like 35 pounds to make weight for this fight. So this is going to be a pretty interesting fight. Her going from heavyweight all the way down to the division that she's fighting in now. I don't know the division that she's fighting, getting ready to fight tonight, but that's a hell of a weight loss. Losing 30 pounds, over 30 pounds to get down to this weight to make this fight. So like I said, I'm getting ready for that. So give me a second, guys. Let me turn this shit down. This shit right here. Give me 1 second. I got too much stuff going on in the background. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, just getting ready, just trying to find actually what channel this damn fight is on. I got it on my TV, but they showing some other bullshit that's on. So I'm in the middle of just trying to make sure that we can bring you guys this fight and we can listen to it. So what's going on out there, man? The comment section is open. I want to know what type of you guys having a great night. Marcus said he's having a great night. At Cutie 36 821 said it was the funniest fight. Yeah, it was, man. To me, it wasn't a fight. I thought they were just out there in the middle of the ring throwing punches. Because really at the end of the day, no one really connected, in my opinion. Marquise Tidwell said, not as a fight, but as an entertainment product. Yeah, Shields is the real deal, though. Yeah, I agree. It was just entertainment into tonight's fight. So, like I said, I'm in the middle of trying to find this fight and get that set up so we can bring you guys the audio for that fight. I don't believe we're able to show that fight. I'm definitely going to do a full fight commentary on that fight, though. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all entertainment. I know that, but. That last Ray J fight, I was not impressed with that. I wanted to see a little bit more, entertainment and a little bit more fight from him, meaning that he got stopped and he got knocked out that last fight. So is that something that what you guys want to see Ray J fight again? Or is his gig up? Do you want to see other guys get in there and rotate? Is that enough of, us seeing Ray J out there? And if you guys are not subscribers to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Your boy just went over 1K subscribers the other 2 days ago. So, we're trying to continue to, put out good content. We're trying to continue to entertain you guys. And tonight, there's been some pretty good entertainment on tonight. We're probably going to have DJ Shiny D that's going to join us. Later on during the fight, I should say. So you guys got to excuse me. I'm trying to do multiple things at once, trying to still locate. Okay, you know what? It looks like the fight is getting ready to start. So, okay, they finally pulled the boxing out. So give me 1 second. I'm getting ready to turn this up so you guys can hear some of the audio. So give me 1 second.
Vander Holyfield. Well, tonight, Reigns returns as the book.
Okay, there we go. Let me get everything back in focus. Look like my camera don't went out of focus. So hold on. So I got the fight. So we're getting ready to get everything set up, you guys. So bear with me.
Only boxer in history, man or woman, become undisputed in 3 weight classes.
3, I'm strong.
All right, there we go. I apologize, you guys. Trying to get everything set up so you guys can actually hear the fight. So we got Claressa Shields getting ready to. She moved down to a few. I don't know what weight division this is. She's getting ready to fight, but I know she lost over 30 pounds.
But tonight, the unapologetically outspoken Shields finds herself in unfamiliar territory as the challenger, not the challenger.
Appreciate the sub, Marquise. Yeah, I appreciate you. So, who you like in tonight's fight? Claressa Shields or Kaye Scott?
With a chance to shock the world and steal the spotlight from one of the sport's biggest stars.
And let me know if you guys can. I'm not going to be able to show the fight.
It's time to find out. So grab your
yeah, she lost a lot of weight. Wow.
It's Saturday Fight Night, live and exclusively on DAZN.
Okay, so yeah, this fight is going to be on the Zone. I thought it was going to be on the Zeus Network, but yeah, man, she lost a lot of weight. You guys give me your opinion, give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. You got Claressa Shields. She's getting ready to pair off against Kaye Scott. Okay, for the WBA middleweight title tonight. So yeah, she went down from heavyweight to middleweight. You know, that's a lot. You know, for men in the men's division, men could not do no shit like that. You know, so you know, I'm impressed with Claressa Shields being able to, you know, drop over 30 pounds. You know, to go down to be able to fight Kaye Scott in this middleweight championship fight. So it's going to be a good fight, you guys. So in the meantime, in the between time, I'm still trying to set up and get everything ready. Yeah. So look, so I'm getting ready to bring DJ Shiny D in. I'm gonna send her an invite out. So like I said, we're just trying to get everything set up for tonight's fight.
She has built herself up into being the kind of fighter that you can just put into any event, any venue, and say, we're going to draw 10,000 plus tickets. 3 of the last 4 fights have been fought.
You know, and then this is the second fight, I believe, within a year that Claressa fought. That last fight was heavyweight, big girl she fought. So I give her a lot of respect, a lot of credit being able to, you know, to go from heavyweight all the way back down to middleweight within a year. DJ Shoney.
They want her to stay in Michigan, stay where it's safe. She wanted to come into Atlanta, and that's why.
Okay, so this fight is in the ATL.
I mean, it's boxing, but it's got the flavors you just mentioned. You got the music, the culture, the environment.
Okay, and we look like we still got these baddie fights going on too, you guys. Let me turn this up.
It does mix a blend of culture and boxing fans. It's something similar to what I saw for many years. Floyd Mayweather fought. You went to a Floyd Mayweather fight, and you saw some traditional boxing fans.
Okay, so that's just something else. So we got a few things going on over here, you guys. You know, I'm still watching that Zeus Network. They got some fights going on over there, and I tell you what, this damn Patron Mayo has kicked in. Shit. So how's you guys Saturday night going? The comment section is definitely open. I would love to hear you guys' comments.
And you are guaranteed to get a certain number of fans to come each and every time. That is something that very few men or women can say going into these types of fights.
What are you expecting?
And thanks for the comment again, Marquise Tidwell. Appreciate you, fam. You know, we're going to try to keep you guys entertained tonight. I apologize that we cannot show the full fight. You know, that's because of, you know, YouTube and copyright infringement. Wow, she lost a lot of weight. She looks good. You know, so what I'm getting ready to do, you guys, I'm definitely getting ready to hook my other camera up so I can show you guys what's going on all the way up until the fight. So give me a second. I'm getting ready to load up my other camera. That way you guys can see this other fight. So give me a second. You know, and I'll do it right here for 1 second until I load that up and get you guys and get that. Oh boy. So you know what, you guys, I'm trying to do all this at once, but I won't be able to do it at the same time and talk to you guys. So yeah, so what did you guys think about? For those that's coming in, we talked about that Orlando Brown Ray J fight. What did you guys think? Was that something that you guys would pay for? Is that just something that's entertaining to you guys until the main event comes out? You know, because I think this is getting ready to be a great entertaining fight. Hopefully we'll have, what time is it? We should have some prelim fights up until this fight. So, you know, I know I'm not able to show them any of those prelim fights neither. I don't want to get any strikes on my channel.
160 pounds against Marcelo Cornejo. She looked brilliant. I believe she will look brilliant tonight. As she has for all of her fights, despite the Ring Magazine has her ranked at number 2 on her pound-for-pound list. She's holding that spot. She's going to be in that spot for one more fight. Got her farewell fight scheduled for September 5th with Claressa Shields. If not the number 1.
Okay, so you got other people that actually is streaming. You know, and I can show all the way up into the fight. So I think I am getting ready to set my camera up. So give me a second. I'm going to set my camera up because I do want you guys to see some of this before the fight starts. So hold on. Give me 1 second.
So, any fans, a lot of celebs here in house. So make sure you guys are following Action Zone Boxing across all of our social channels. All you have to do is just get involved in the conversation. Join us for the build-up, the hype, action, and reaction from tonight's action. All right, let's start with our broadcasting team. The Latin State, Sergio Moore, and Tom Grisham, guys. Kaye Scott enters the champion, as champion, and she's facing the biggest challenge of her career.
Yeah, I would certainly say so. Sergio, you'll agree with this. She's had a great career so far, a unified champion, great amateur career, but considering who she's fought, what she's done compared to Claressa Shields, this is like going from winning your amateur spelling bee to facing the dictionary, Sergio. Your job here is to tell us how she can pull off one of the biggest upsets in the history of the sport.
Well, listen, that's a great analogy, but look, it's going to be a big, big accomplishment if she does put up a good fight. But whenever you're dealing with a dictionary of wealth of knowledge of experience, so like Claressa Shields, you're going to have to do a lot of little things. Don't let her get that front momentum. Attack the midsection. Anytime you have a target coming at you, attack that midsection with that jab. Punch and dip. You don't want to make yourself a target, so you don't want to punch at the same size, at the same level as her. You got to punch and think defensively. And of course, don't exchange with a faster hand to shield. Whenever you're fighting against speed, you got to rely on timing. That's what's going to have to bring to the table: height, reach, and timing.
As for Claressa Shields, she said she normally does about a 6-week camp. She put in 12 weeks. She said she's not doing that or didn't do that just because of her opponent. She did it because of this round tonight. She said, I have to destroy my opponent tonight. How did she do that?
Well, she has to finish her combination, sweeping him with a left hook. She has to take advantage of Scott. Scott doesn't have the best defense. She's technically flawed. She drops that right arm. Look, every time she punches, that right arm is down by her chest, and she's going to do it over and over. And the later this fight goes, the worse it's going to get. That's what she'll beat the bank on. Sweeping off and taking advantage of that hook. You've got to have your hand, the right side of your face, you have to have that right hand checking it all the time. And if Shields can't take advantage of it, it's not going to go the distance. This is the type of fight that can end in a knockout. Shields has dropped fighters with that left hook before, and she catches Scott. I don't think she gets up.
You said she can win by knockout. Will she win by knockout?
I believe Claressa Shields gets the knockout.
All right, we're on the record. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 fights tonight. We're supposed to have 5, but Tito Mercado and Kaye in it had not one but 2 opponents pull out. We know they couldn't make weight, so we're down to these 4 bouts. We just mentioned Shields versus Kaye Scott. Also on the card tonight in the co-main event, it's a new co-main event. Troy Isley versus Joseph Hicks. They had 3 fights as amateurs. They said they're full out for blood tonight. And then Ashley and Lozada and Paulette Cuesta. And our second bout is Puerto Rico versus Mexico. That's always a nice mix. And first up, how about 2 world titles on the line? The WBC and IBO World Super Featherweight Championship, Carolyn Bayer defending for the first time against Bernice Pereira. Make sure you can play a part. Join the conversation on FanZone on the DAZN app. You can watch tonight's broadcast in Espanol with Ricardo Solis and Jesse Vargas on the mic. Yesterday, Bernice Pereira out of South Africa seeking her first world title. Going to square off against Montreal's Caroline Bayer. Sergio, what's this fight going to look like?
Well, you're going to see Bayer, the newly minted world champion, try to defend that championship. Straight punches for her. She's one of these fighters that has that Olympic background, so she's real clean with turning her shoulders and not staying on the inside. Both in and out style for Caroline Bayer.
All right, better late than never. We get our first fight underway, 9:26 Eastern Time. Carolyn Bayer will have a 2.5 inch height advantage.
Oh, that shit ain't no.
Sergio did not have the same amount of fights. That's the see Bayer much more experience.
Much more experience, but you're going to need on power. The 4 knockouts on the side of Pereira. That's what you got to look at. You're dealing a boxer. This is a boxer puncher. Pereira needs to get on the inside, make it rough. Bayer needs to keep it on the outside and keep it clean.
All right, let's get to it now. It's how much trust.
Live, worldwide, on DAZN, it's Saturday Fight Night. Let's first welcome to the ring from South Africa, Bernice the Badger Pereira.
Nicknamed the Badger, Bernice Pereira 10-0. But Sergio, only 4 of her 10 wins come against boxers with a for her tonight. Is she ready?
It's going to be tough to say. She's dealing with an Olympian in Caroline Fair, and you're dealing with a fighter with only 2 amateur fights in Ferreira. The pro game is a lot different than the amateur, so I give her that. Ruth Ferreira, undefeated, does carry some popular punch, a bombing puncher by nature, loves to apply a lot of pressure. So it's going to be a boxer versus a puncher, and Ferreira is totally confident and ready for the moment.
Not to mention, this is her first time ever boxing outside of her home country of South Africa. What a scene, Sergio. Expecting about 15,000 people here at the State Farm Arena. What was your first taste of that big fight field?
They must have been winning a reality show at Caesar's Palace. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that, but some fighters ride on that. They've been waiting for that moment their entire career. So it's adrenaline, it's the experience, it's the fact that are you ready for those fights? Ruth Ferreira, the Badgers, that she's been waiting for this moment that she capitalized.
For what advantage she felt she had over there, she said, "Listen, I believe I have more power than her. If I utilize it properly, use my skills, I think I have a chance to stop her. I can't go in there looking for the knockout where I won't get it."
No, she can't. And you know what? She has to alternate her attack. If she has to show the fight, she needs to punch up and down. Try to get the other side of the fall off down, slow off on there. Then you can take those body shots. She knows how to get aggressive.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I apologize. I was getting everything set up for this for the main event. So hopefully you guys let me know if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear this fight. I'm not able to show this due to copyright infringement. So let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. And we're getting ready to rock and roll. I'm definitely going to give you full fight commentary. We have four fights before the main event, I should say, tonight. Yep. So here we go, you guys. We are live. The first fight is getting ready. The fighters are in the ring. They're getting ready to be introduced. And I believe this is an all-women's card tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Now let's welcome to the ring from Canada.
I'm going to turn up another mic that way. Hopefully you guys can hear it clearly. Testing, 1, 2. Let me make sure I can be heard clearly. I'll turn this down. I want to make sure that you guys can hear everything.
Well, you never took the book by its cover, but Caroline Fair looked outstanding on the scale yesterday. Absolutely shredded. She comes in to defend her WBC Super Featherweight title for the first time after beating Delphi.
Okay, so I'm just taking the audio and video. I'm making sure I can be heard, you guys, before we start up tonight.
On both sides, 4 points deducted in that 10th-round fight. Caroline Fair said she learned a lot from growing experience, and she came away from that fight with her first building towards a retired professional career. This is an exceptionally talented woman, someone who's got a lot of skills, former Olympian, trying to make a name for herself.
Okay, so I can be heard. So there we go. We good, you guys. So I'm going to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a great night of World Championship Boxing from State.
So I just want to make sure everybody, let me know if you guys can hear the announcers in the background. I'm going to try to bring in another.
In partnership with Win Records, Claressa Shields Promotions, and Round 30.
I'm trying to bring in another speaker so you guys can hear it a little bit more clearly, but I don't want it to distort out what I'm saying, neither.
We get things started with 10 round schedule, and it'll be for both the WBC
10 schedule round fight.
Super Featherweight Championships of the World. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Entertainment Commission. Executive Director Matt Woodruff, along with the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor Jill Diamond, and the International Boxing Organization, President Ed Levine, Supervisor Ron Borges. The judges are Troy Staley, Mike Ross, and Pat Cronin. The referee in charge.
Okay, so you guys can hear everything clear. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys can hear everything clear.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, she comes to the ring wearing black, orange, and yellow.
Okay, so hopefully you guys can hear everything clearly. We have both of the fighters in the ring. Announcers are announcing both of the fighters, and we're getting ready to get it going on. You got Brenda Ferreira. She's age 34, 5'3", 129 in weight.
In her first world title defense, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning and defending.
You know, like I said, I cannot show the fight due to copyright infringement, so I will not, but I will give you guys my best at doing full fight commentary.
And across the ring in this world championship contest, fighting out of the red corner, she comes to the ring wearing black with gold and weighed in officially.
And here's the challenger coming up. They're getting ready to introduce her now.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, she had a stellar amateur career, becoming a
She's 25 height. She's 25 years old. She's 5.5 feet, 129.6 pounds.
In her first world title defense, ladies and gentlemen, here is the reigning.
Oh, she's the champion. My bad, you guys.
Super featherweight champion of the world,
Caroline. What's she gonna do? Caroline, y'all. Caroline. All right, so here we go. It's getting ready to start up. So, like I said, I can't show the fight. I will definitely give you guys full fight commentary on the fight. It's getting ready to start up. So here we go.
All business here in the walkout and the stare down. She fights for the 5th straight time in the United States, defending her WBC title for the first time. Ferreira making her United States debut, calling this the biggest opportunity of her life.
All right, here we go. Round one.
As the unified super featherweight champion, we're about to find out 10 2-minute rounds.
10 2-minute rounds. Here we go, you guys.
Live from Atlanta, Georgia. Here we go. What to watch for early on is the different.
Okay, and Ferreira is the champion. She's being the more aggressive. Starting off popping that jab, Ferreira. Both fighters look like they're in great shape. Ferreira throwing that jab, that right hook behind that jab. Okay, good right hand by Veer. Good right hand by Ferreira. You know, they're in the middle round, still filling each other out. You know, this first round is going to just be a bunch of, filling each other out, I should say. Yeah, they look even in height. They're both right-handed. No, actually, Ferreira is left-handed, actually. Okay, no, both fighters are right-handed. It was how she was standing. I don't know, man. Ferreira, she looks pretty good. You know, not saying that Ferreira isn't, you know, that shit. She's the champ, but you know, old girl Vay, she has a good jab and a good straight right hand that she's actually nailing her with. I don't know if you guys are watching this fight, but if you are, if you are not, it's on the DAZN. You know, and we have 4 prelims before the main event, before the Claressa Shields fight against Scott. You know what I notice about women fighters, and it's not nothing bad. I mean, it's not nothing to discredit women fighters, but they don't have a lot of head movement. You know, they tend to take a lot of punishment. You know, and that's the end of the first round. You know, they tend to take a lot of punishment, meaning that you don't see too much head movement coming from some of the female fighters. I should say, not all, but a lot of them that I watch and see. You know, but that was a pretty pretty good first round. Both fighters was filling out each other. If I had to give it to anybody, I would give. I'll give it to the. I'll give it to the champion. She was more aggressive. She probably landed more punches. But like I said, that first round was just a filling out of each other. The comment section is open. I would love to hear you guys' opinion. I would love to hear your thoughts on tonight's matchup, tonight's fight. Who do you got? Who do you got in tonight's main event? Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott. Claressa had to lose over 30 pounds. All right, here we go. Round 2. Hopefully you guys can hear it loud and clear. Verrera, man, she looks pretty good to me. She got a good jab with a stiff right hand behind it. And what I like about Verrera, she's hooking off of that jab. You don't see a lot of fighters doing that. Female fighters, I should say. Yeah, Verrera, man, I don't think she want to run up in Ferreira, I don't think she wants to run up in Verrey. So she really don't have that much power then if she's not having any knockouts. That was a good left hand. I wish I could show this fight, you guys, but due to copyright infringements, I cannot show the fight.
She's not making herself a stationary target or upper body. He's moving and attacking with that jab from different angles. This is how she needs to get Claressa from getting over aggressive into a much better round for her.
Oh, good right hand by the champion Ferreira.
Everything off that. Look how she's dipping, punching and dipping.
I tell you what, their names are different, but they're close in how you pronounce them. So hopefully I'm not mixing up the two names. It's Ferreira versus Verrey. What I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts on that Orlando Brown Ray J matchup. We are now into the main events to the actual real fights. You know what I mean? It was an entertaining setup all the way up into the real fights. Don't get me wrong. I love to see real fights and I want to see action. Those fights are just for the most part just entertaining. It is what it is. Ferreira. Okay, she's gonna stand up the whole fight. So hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday night, man. We got some good fights that we've been watching today. We got some more great fights coming up. A full round of prelims. I believe they're all going to be female fights. So should be some very interesting fights leading up to the main event. Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott. Hey, I like Verrey. I like Verrey. If Ferreira don't be careful, she may end up losing that belt tonight.
Something to keep your eye on. This is only the third time she's been scheduled for 10 rounds. So let's see how she holds up as this fight progresses.
Okay, both fighters are starting to move their head a little bit. Like I said in that first round, man, female fighters, in my opinion, tend to not have a lot of head movement, so they tend to get hit with a lot of shots. The comment section is open. I would love for you guys to interact with me, give me your comments. Definitely interact. Definitely. Ooh, good shot by Ferreira. Oh, good shot by Ferreira. This is a pretty good third round right here. Okay, Ferreira. She's starting to dig into that body a little bit.
Burrow's gonna be punching back. Burrow's been misty. Anytime a fighter misses and doesn't hit anything, they're both.
See, and Ferreira, I like her boxing style. She's giving a lot of angles. She's in and out. You know, but don't get me wrong. Varey, she's a good fighter, man. This fight can go any way.
Just like Eric's doing, but that's when you're boxing. That's when you keep your skill in the sweet side and you're popping her with that jab, keeping her frustrated.
Good 1-2. Good 1-2 uppercut. Okay, so we're coming down to the end of the third round. I'll give this fight to the champion, Ferreira. She looked pretty good in this round. She's starting to come on. She's starting to pop that jab, letting them hands go, let that 1-2 go. So, and she's starting to work the body too. No, so so far, pretty good, entertaining fight. Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday tonight, man. Your boy is trying to bring you guys great commentary, a good fight night. I thought they would have had some men on this fight card tonight, but it's all good. It's a women's nights tonight. Hopefully Claressa Shields, she brought the stars out tonight. It's a full house out there in Vegas. I believe they may be in Atlanta. Not the Georgia Dome, but Atlanta football arena in this venue tonight. Full house, sold out crowd. Claressa Shields always sells the crowd out. She always brings the stars out. But we got a few people watching. I need for you guys to make sure you hitting that subscribe button, you're liking and you're sharing. Therefore, this will get out to more people and it'll be prevalent on YouTube, and YouTube will put this content out. Therefore, more people will be able to see the content and more people be welcome to the show, I should say. So give me your thoughts on this fight thus far. It's been a pretty entertaining fight. Ooh, good hook. And it's like the trainers must have heard me say that there was not much head movement, because both fighters are now starting to, step it up a little bit and moving that head. Ooh, good right hand. I think she got the champion hurt. That was a good motherfucking right hand she caught her with. Put on that pressure. Yeah, but we got a few people watching, man. Give me your thoughts on tonight's prelims that you saw with the Orlando Brown Ray J fight leading up until these fights we got right here. You have Varela versus Very in his women's. I believe I'll have to wait till they show it back up. I forget what weight division this is, but it's a title fight. It's a pretty good fight. Yeah, this is a really entertaining fight, man. If you guys are not fight fans, tonight will be a great fight to watch. Be entertaining, watch some great fights, especially women's fight tonight. It's going to be some, and I think that's why the baddies had that little baddies fight leading up into these fights right here.
See, there you go. Like last fight, which was televised. People saw that fight, so they have developed a reputation for a while. So we're now 4 rounds in, has gone their final warning.
All right, so we're coming up to the end of the 4th round, I believe.
A lot of the same problems that she dealt with in that last fight.
Yes, that's it. 2 points in her last fight against Delby Pursuit. Already had 1 deducted back. The Dream Devin Haney chiming in tonight on.
They say Claressa Shields has women boxing in the chokehold. This is a different but great event. Yeah, I mean, meaning that this woman is going all the way from heavyweight back down to middleweight, I believe. So, men fighters could not do no shit like that. So I give her a lot of credit. She's staying busy. I believe this is her second fight within a year. So that's awesome, man. She's staying busy. She's and then not only that, I believe this is an 8-fight contract that she got with these new promoters that she got. So they're keeping her busy, or this may be one of the first fight out of that contract, I think. So give me you guys your thoughts, your opinion on tonight's upcoming fight with Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott. right, here we go. Round 5 of 10.
There's that jab cutting downstairs. That's going to open up right hand. I like to see it one more jab down to that midsection. So we're going to focus, backing her up, and lining up that overhand right. She squares up.
Right hand.
Okay, here we go. So Ferreira, boy, she's throwing that left hand hook and that jab behind it. She's looking good, man. She's starting to, turn it up a little bit more. I thought Ferreira, Ferreira is actually the aggressor, but Ferreira, she's actually landing more shots. She's the busier out of the two fighters. But it's a pretty good fight, man. Thus far, I think Ferreira, man, if she hit her with a good shot and start going to that body and slow Ferreira down, she'll have a better chance at winning this fight, in my opinion. But it's a really good, entertaining fight. And that's what you get with women fights. You're always going to get an entertaining fight. You're always going to get a good, action-packed fight, in my opinion. Good right hand by Ferreira.
Representing 2020 Olympics for the quarterfinals match in Canada's best ever finish in boxing. Ferreira on the other hand, he just couldn't find any.
Okay, so the both fighters look like they're starting to tire up. It's a lot of holding. Ferreira, she wants to get in there and box, but Ferreira, she's giving her distance. She's trying to pop that jab and, fight from a distance, I should say. All right, that's the end of the 5th round. And leading up into this, getting ready to go into this 6th round, I should say, I'll give it to the champion, to the Ferreira. She's landing more of the power shots, and she's more. I'm not going to say she's the more aggressive out of the two, but she's landing the more shots out of the two. Yep, I appreciate and I want to thank everybody who has hit that subscribe button, man. Your boy, we just set a goal over here on YouTube. We set out over 2 years ago, and we reached that goal. So I need you guys to continue to hit that subscribe button. And I also need for you guys to make sure that you're hitting that like button too. Therefore, YouTube will be able to put these videos out, and more people will be able to see the content that we do over here. But we got round 6 getting ready to come up. You have Ferreira and excuse me, I'm not too familiar with these two fighters, so I don't know their names off top. So I'm having to wait until they put the names back up. But it's been a pretty good, entertaining fight tonight. I tell you what, it is a full house, sold out fight. Claressa Shields definitely brings out, bring the people out to these fights. Ooh, good jab and left hand hook. Ferreira, man, she might not hit hard, but she stays busy and she racks up a lot of points. Good 1-2 hook. Good jab. Now, Ferreira needs to throw some uppercuts because Ferreira is putting her ducking and putting her head down a lot. She might want to let her run into this uppercut. When she's throwing that 1-2 and ducking, she got to catch her with that damn uppercut coming in. Excuse me.
I just like the activity of the defender from Bear. She's not landing power shot, battery, 3-4 combinations.
They actually have Ferreira winning the fight.
Very close fight.
Be all over the place.
Oh, you know what? That's because I got the fighters mixed up. Ferreira is the champion. Ferreira is the challenger. So my bad, you guys. Yeah, but in my opinion, I guess yeah, Ferreira is the she's the aggressor out of the two, but she's losing the fight, in my opinion, because Ferreira is landing, the more shots out of the two. Good shot. And like I said, Ferreira is putting on pressure now. But she looks to be tired and out of gas, man. Oh wow, so that was the end of round 6 right there. Are these 2-minute rounds? Because that round was quick. But yeah, man, I want to thank everybody who's joined the stream. You got it's gonna be a good fight coming up next. This up at the end of the month. You got Rolly getting ready to fight off Tifimo. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good, interesting fight right there. So we'll probably be doing a live commentary on that fight too. We just really talked about that. That division, man. That's another conversation. But definitely the stars are out. I see Kevin Gates is in the house.
That is Kevin Gates, entrepreneur, wrestler out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Nice grill.
Got the yays on. Make me want to put my yays on. But here we go. Round 7 to 10. See, and that's what I just said. Ferreira, Ferreira is the aggressor, but she's just not landing more shots, but she's landing the harder shots out of the two. Let me know if you guys can hear the commentary from the commentators. Because I'm trying to talk, and then I'm also trying to let you guys hear some of the fight action too. So get comment and let me know if you guys hear the fight commentary. Look like the judge is taking another point from Verrett.
Caroline Bears had 2 points deducted. She got away with it last time against Nelson Pursuit. Was Nelson Pursuit on 2 points deducted for hitting on the back of the head. This
is an interesting fight.
This could be more costly. And I thought the answer to your question, I answered.
Is that the? She's holding like a motherfucker. She's already gotten 2 points taken away from holding and still holding. She must have felt that motherfucking power. This is a really good fight, you guys. I don't know if you guys have the zone, but turn on the zone. This is a really good woman's fight. You got the champion. She's holding. She don't know how to hold and fight. Yeah. Good left hand hook by Ferreira. Another hook by Ferreira. Look, hey, this is a good fight, y'all. This don't turn into a great fight. Okay, you got Claressa. Wow, she lost a lot of weight. I wish I could show that real quick to you guys. Yeah, I see how much weight I showed it for a quick second. I can't show it. I don't want to get copyright infringement, but she looked good. Wow, she done lost a lot of weight. So you got Claressa walking in to the stadium with Papoose on her arm side.
Claressa Shields fight coming to town. That's an automatic $5,000, $10,000.
She looked good. She lost a lot of weight, I tell you that. She looking like Sexy Red out there walking in with all that red.
That are so rare in boxing. Floyd Mayweather was one of those guys. Claressa Shields is one of those women. It's her joke. She's doing it.
And look at Papoose. That nigga all cheese.
Imagine if you had a real rival like Kaye Taylor had for the main Toronto.
To show your popularity, whenever you're back, great. People aren't watching. You're gonna fight. They just want to watch the
No, okay. So here we go. Round 8 out of 10.
That has been a well-built.
How did they say 7? 7 out of 10, that shit said, but I could have sworn that said round 8.
Another NBA arena to have great crowd.
Yeah, Claressa Shields sells out arenas.
5 shots for Bear, 16 for
She from the mitten, baby. That's what we do. You know, but here we go, man. This is a really good, entertaining fight. You got Ferrer and Veray. You know, she's not. You know, and again, I need for you guys to let me know. I want you guys to be able to hear some of the fight, meaning that I cannot show. So let me know if you guys can hear. I turned up another speaker. Let me know if I need to turn up another speaker. Oh, wow. The ref stopped the fight.
I'm very surprised.
Okay, the ref stopped the fight. Wow, okay, he stopped the point. So I want to, before I talk, I want to hear exactly what's going on.
I'm not disputing some of the deductions that were made during this fight, but disqualify a fight that's still close at this stage. Could have gone either way.
Right.
I thought that was an overly aggressive decision.
Especially when you're champion. I think it's ridiculous what just happened right now.
Yeah, it was. And I just said that. I'm like, this is the motherfucking champion.
I agree with those that said that but you don't disqualify the champion for that.
How many points do you deduct before you say,
I mean, you can get 3 or 4. You can get at least 3. I think declare by disqualification.
Wow, you know, and I'm in awe, you guys.
This has been a problem for her. It dates back to her last fight. She should have made the necessary adjustment for the referee to disqualify, to inject himself into this fight. I think that is dead wrong.
Yeah, the referee stopped. Okay, so look, the fight is over with. The referee stopped the fight due to holding, and the champion, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and this has to stop. You know, we understand that the referee has the most power to, you know, to be able to control fights and things like that. But you know, we cannot have referees stopping fights. You know, in situations like this. This was a championship fight. You know, I just saw a fight with the Prince Albert Bell against what's his name in the championship fight. His name, it'll come to me in a second, but they prematurely stopped the fight at the end of the fight, which I thought was some bullshit. You know, people spend their money to come see a full fight, you know, not for the ref to intervene and stop the fight. But here we go. Here's the announcement.
well, she inspired generations. Now Kaye Taylor prepares for one defining moment on Saturday fight night, September 5th.
Okay, well, they got a commercial they're talking about. Yeah, you know, but this was a really great fucking fight. You know, I would have loved to see the last 2 rounds to see the outcome of this fight, because it started off a pretty much mediocre fight, you know, and it turned into a great fight, you know. But here we go.
4 seconds of round number 8. Our referee, Malik Waleed, disqualifies the red corner for excessive holding. Therefore, your winner and now both the WBC and IBO Women's Super Featherweight Champions of the world, Bernice the Badger Pereira.
Wow. So yeah, you know, that's what happened. And I actually thought she was winning in my opinion, I thought that she was coming on and she was winning this fight at the end. And win the fucking fight. You know, that's awesome. You know, hey, you know, we're gonna have to see a rematch. You know, so you guys give me your thoughts and your opinion on this fight. Did you think the refs prematurely stopped this fight? You know, because at the end of the day, she was holding a lot, you know, to be the champion. Yeah, that was crazy. You know, but look, guys, I need to go grab me something to drink, and I need to use the restroom real quick. We got the next fight getting ready to come up. I'll be right back.
Even with that 2-1 thing, Guerrero just kept cutting out the ring, putting more pressure, trying to pound you. And even if didn't want to fight from the inside with Guerrero wanting to make it a fight. Referees and judges despise that. They don't want to see a fight. They don't want to see two fighters switching or not giving the fans what they want.
I tell you, in the ring right now, we've got an altercation between Mark Tappet, represents Caroline Bear, Team Pereira right now. Obviously, some frustrations on both sides. I wonder if we'll see a rematch on this. Not that there's going to be anybody clamoring for a rematch, but because of the circumstances of the fight, maybe we'll see this happen one more time. I don't think some words being exchanged, though, in the center of the ring.
I don't think we'll be holding our breath.
But there's the rematch. How often make it a tough out? Oh, well, I see something with it.
I think in that sense, the corner from Bear makes a decent point that it shouldn't have been a disqualification. At the same time, I don't think that the whole thing was the result of for him being pushed in. I don't believe it. I think Caroline Bear made a lot of the same mistakes she made last week.
Nevertheless, it's finished. Bernice Pereira is the new unified champion. She landed more jabs, she landed more power shots, and she threw fewer power shots. Total punches landed. Bernice Pereira 123 to Bear's 101. Coming up next, Ashley Lozada versus all that sweat stuff. This is for the vacant WBA Gold Women's Super Bantamweight Finals. The second of 3 women's fights on our main card. It's Saturday. You're watching live from the
Okay, we are back. Yeah, man, that was a really good fight, interesting fight. I hated had to end it. The ref had to end it due to holding from the young lady, you know. But it is what it is, you know. It's a fight. You got to come out there and throw them hands. You know, what up though to everybody out there on YouTube? What's up to everybody out there on Facebook? You know, turn it down a little bit. I want to give a shout out to Demia Jefferson. You know, my baby girl. She just recently, you know, had her first child. Just brought my 5th grandchild into this world. So I want to give a shout out to her. You know, she did a great job delivering this baby. I was there. You know, it was an ultimate experience. You know, seeing your child give birth to their child. You know, so again, I want to give a shout out to, you know, to my daughter Demia Jefferson and to my grandson. Wow, can't believe I forgot his name. Wow, I apologize for that. You know, but again, you know, I want to give a shout out to my daughter. You know, she did a great job at delivering her first son. You know, it was a beautiful thing. You know, I was very able to experience that. You know, it was just a beautiful thing, man. You know, I don't know if you guys were, if anyone ever experienced watching one of their kids, you know, give birth to their children. You know, so you know, I'm a 5-time grandfather. You know, it was a beautiful thing watching my daughter, you know, give birth to her child. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's a really good fight on tonight. This first fight, it was a really good fight, entertaining fight. The referee stopped it due to holding. Old girl was the champion and was holding like a motherfucker and got disqualified. You know, so you know, but I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are live. We are watching. You know, watching the prelims leading up to this Claressa Shields Kaye Scott fight tonight. hopefully it's going to be a pretty interesting fight, man. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. You know, your girl lost over 30 pounds to fight for this title tonight, you know, so it's going to be pretty interesting. You guys give me your opinion, give me your thoughts on that. You know, a lot of people couldn't do this. A lot of people couldn't lose over 30 pounds and bring that power back down to a division champion and getting ready to fight for that title. So give me guys your thoughts, your opinion. You know, she done sold out the house. She in the ATL. You know, she brought out the stars tonight. So they're definitely going to be out there. It's going to be a good, you know, entertaining fight tonight. You know, so I want to hear you guys' thoughts, your opinion on tonight's fight. And you know, let me make sure you guys can hear me. Let me check this audio again. Hold on. Okay, so I can be heard. Let me. Okay, so we can be heard. But yeah, man, it's going to be a great fight tonight. Your girl Claressa Shields, like I said, is going from heavyweight, I believe, all the way down to middleweight. She's dropped over 30 pounds. You know, men couldn't do nothing like that. You know, it would be almost impossible, you know, for a heavyweight to be able to drop, you know, that much weight within a year and make that fight, you know, but she looked really good. They showed her walking into the arena. You know, it's going to be an interesting fight. So I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Definitely comment. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. You know, what do you think? What do you think Claressa is going to do? Do you think she'll be able to bring that heavyweight power all the way back down to middleweight? And do you think that was too much weight for her to lose within this quick of this fast of time, you know, with this less of time, I should say, you know, because I believe this has been less than a year of her last fight. You know, and that's hard to do, coming all the way down from heavyweight to middleweight. But if anyone can do it, you know, it's your girl Claressa Shields. You know, she's been doing that, you know, to keep the women's sport interested. So I guess you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah. So the comment section is open, man. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts, your comments. Hopefully everybody is watching the fight. The fight is over on the zone. What do you guys think about that exhibition, that Ray J Orlando Brown fight? Do you think they need this? Do you guys want to continue seeing Ray J in these goddamn fights? Was it entertaining to you, or do you want to see other people come in there? You know what I mean? Because it's one thing if you see him once and he won and he done, but you know, do you want to continue seeing Ray J out there fake fighting? You know, because that's all it was just some fake fighting. It wasn't really even all that entertaining to me. You know, they talking to Rolly Romero. Yeah, that should be a pretty good fight, and we're going to be broadcasting live during that fight too. You know, we're probably going to have BJ3 on live with us. You know, BJ3 is, you know, our fight analyst. You know, he's normally at a lot of these fights, you know, but when he's not, you know, he's in the building with us, you know, giving us our thoughts and our opinion on the fight. Well, I tell you what, she's in shape.
She's an Olympian, quick hand, strong sharpshooter.
Yeah, both fighters look like they're definitely in shape. I'll give you guys a quick glance. Okay, yeah, they definitely look in shape.
Yeah, being fast track, this is her first scheduled 10-round fight, so a lot on the line.
Yeah, you know, so I can't show the fight, you guys. You know, due to copyright infringement, YouTube or Facebook won't allow me. So, you know, I can only give you guys the full fight commentary and let you guys hear. So I'll bring this back in so you guys can actually hear what's going on. But this looks like it's about to be a pretty good fight coming up next. This is for the vacant WBA Gold Women's Super Bantam light bantamweight title, 10 rounds. You know, and let me know, guys, if you guys can hear the fight commentary also, you know, because if not, I'll turn it up a little bit more. So I'm going to be quiet and let me know if you guys can hear the announcement of the fighters and everything.
You love to point this out that different parts of Mexico have different cultures, different foods, and fighters fight different ways. Costa from Tijuana, Mexico,
Okay, you got the challenger getting ready to come out.
They got guts. They know how to box, but they rather fight. That's the thing about Claressa. She uses her small little stature. She fights like a tank, wants to get on the inside, does the pressure, does the brawl, does to make it a fight. Mexican style all the way.
Mexican style all the way. So it sounds like it's gonna be a pretty good fight.
Her brother Paul passed away last month at the age of 39. He was also a professional boxer. Had nearly 40 pro fights, shared the ring with Pastor.
The comment section is open, you guys. I would love to hear you guys just start your opinion on tonight's fights, what you saw so far, what you heard. Definitely love when you guys interact with your boy. It make my job easier too.
Use it as motivation. I mean, I'm sure her brother supported her for a entire career. Never tough situations like this.
I want to thank everybody who had hit that subscribe button. Your boy just recently went over 1K subscribers over on YouTube. I want to thank everybody who was a part of that. I want to thank everybody who hit that subscribe button, who liked, who commented. I could have not done it without you guys hitting that button. So, again, I want to thank everybody who hit that subscribe button. But the first fight was a pretty good fight, man. Normally, Claressa she'll have pretty good preliminary fights, and that first fight was a good fight. I hated that it had to be stopped, due to the referee, but it is what it is. But here we go with the second fight. Okay, we got Lozada, the champion, is getting ready to come out. She looked like she about to throw them hands. You just have some fighters, especially some female fighters, that look like they got that look, and she got that look. She looked like she about business. She looked like she getting ready to come out there and handle her business tonight. Puerto Rican fighter, So what up, though, to everybody out there on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram? We cannot show the fight, but we're going to do our best at making sure that you guys can hear, and I'll do my best at, giving my full fight analyst and commentary on these fights. And again, let me know if you guys can hear the fight commentary also, too. I want you guys to be able to hear my commentary and then the fight commentary, too, when I'm not talking. So please comment. Let me know if you guys can hear the fight commentary also.
Anytime you have heavy hands, you want to attack. You want to get volley punches, pressure. Lozada does it on situations with frustration, with footwork, using the range, or getting the shots nicely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 10 rounds. It will be for the vacant WBA Gold Women's Super Bantamweight Championship. Brought to you by Salida Promotions in partnership with Win Records, Claressa Shields Promotions, and Round 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with their great sponsor, the Only Day. Section 5. Okay, so I just want to make sure you guys can actually hear everything clearly when I'm not talking. So yeah, man, this should be a pretty good fight coming up. Lozada versus Q-Stop. The referee in charge will be Nate. Introducing first fight out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing white, green, and gold and weighted officially at 122 pounds. Coming to us from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. She brings a professional record consisting of 19 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw, 4 wins come by way of knockout. She is
the current WBO Latino Women's Champion, and tonight she fights in honor and memory of her late brother, Raul Cuesta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paulette La Heredera Cuesta.
All right, so the referee has announced the challenger. He's getting ready to announce the champion.
At 121.2 pounds. From Puerto Rico, she was a 2024 Olympian, becoming Puerto Rico's first.
She's 35 years old of age, I should say 5'4" in height, 121.2 pounds. She's 4-0. She gotta have more fights tonight. All right, here we go. So who you guys got in this next upcoming title fight? I'm going with the champion. She looked like she about that business. She look like she can throw them hands too. Other girl, she looked like just a regular old. I ain't gonna say she don't look like she can't be no fighter, but she look more like a pretty girl than out there fighting. For real, for real. She probably got them hands, though. We about to find out.
Ashley Ann Lozada, the machine. And after a Mexican machine and Claressa Cuesta.
Here we go. Here we go.
Mexico, we know how normally and action guaranteed.
Yeah, both of these guys promise to come out guns blazing. Let's see how it goes.
Here we go. Round one.
Here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, the Coos.
Black and gold, Cuesta in the white and green. Mentioned Lozada being
Okay, Costa, the champion. No, Lozada is the champion in the yellow and black, and Costa is in the white and green.
Sergio, what do you think you would look like if you didn't turn pro until 30?
Okay, champion threw an uppercut right hand. She definitely about that business. You know, but here we go. First round, fighters are feeling each other out. You know, throwing jabs pretty much, trying to feel each other out. Hey, she throwing leaping right and left hand. She got power. She going for the knockout in the first round. I tell you that. I said it looked like she got them hands, and she got some hands.
Normally, it's Mexicans that are hurting their points of the body. It's Lozada that actually hurt. The Mexican thrust was a left hand to the body.
Yeah, Lozada throwing them the motherfucking hands.
And that right elbow got to the ribs.
Switching stances too.
This is what I was talking about.
Okay, now she's fighting left hand. Yeah, she trying to throw them. She trying to throw them body shots.
She said it's there inside. You're going to see her start to pick up some knockouts as her career goes forward.
Well, in her last fight, she won by decision, but dropped her opponent twice, so she's got plenty of power.
Hey, she definitely got some power, man. She out there showing it. She done switched over to left hand, and she throwing them punches with bad intentions.
Attacking herself with her, attacking and zeroing on her body, relying on combinations. She has one punch since that shot landed.
You think Lozada knows that?
I don't think she knows that, but she would.
Yeah, Lozada has not threw one punch since she got hit with that body shot. Okay, there's a right hook. Okay, so yeah, man. Hey, look, this is going to be, you know, either a one-sided fight and the champion ending this fight, you know, or this is going to be a pretty good fight once, you know, once Cuesta join the fight. You know, because Lozada, every punch that she's throwing, she's trying to throw with bad intentions. You know, so I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share, man. We give you guys full fight commentary leading up to this Claressa Shields Kaye Scott fight. You know, your girl Claressa Shields has lost over 30, you know, and I don't know exactly how much, but I know it's been over 30 pounds that they talked about that she's lost. You know, men fighters could not do no shit like that, you know, so this is going to be a pretty interesting fight, you know, to see if she's able to bring her power down after losing 30 pounds. Hey, this gonna be a good fight. You know, Houston gonna have to come out and throw them hands this second round. You know, here we go, round 2. You know, let me know if you guys can hear when I'm not talking, because I also want you guys to hear the fight commentary too.
Finally, a gym was open, but closed because of financial problems. So her mother ran it for as long as she could, so she couldn't do it anymore. Then she had to find a new gym, but she persevered, stuck with the sport, and here she is on a major card and doing well so far.
Yeah, you know, I like Lazada. She looks good. That left hook and that right hook looks good, and she's throwing every punch with motherfucking bad intention. She's trying to hurt Questa. Questa better throw some punches back, or she gonna find herself hurt and stopped. Okay, Lazada throwing that jab. She's fighting left-handed, so she don't switch up from right to left. So she's throwing that right hand, left hook. She throwing that left hand, boy. I tell you, behind that right jab. Down the pipe. Uppercut right hand. Left hand. Hey, she got hands. I see Big Meech walking in. See your boy Big Meech in the building. Hey, look, Claressa done brought the stars out tonight. Everybody there in Atlanta. Okay, I think she heard her on that shot, and she saw it too. She saw a little wobbliness. You know, the blood may be in the water, you guys. Hit it with another. Yeah, Questa don't want that smoke. There we go. Yeah. So I was right. They've only had she's only had 5 fights. Yeah, Questa gonna have to get a little bit more busier because she's losing pretty much every round. You know, but look, man, this is the prelims of the Claressa Shields fights. You guys give me your thoughts, give me your opinion. What do you think Claressa Shields is going to do tonight? She's fighting for another title. This girl stays busy. All she do is, get in there and handle her business, man. You know, I got to give her all the credit in the world to be able to lose that much weight, come from heavyweight and then go back down. I believe to middleweight is what she's fighting tonight. You know, that's you know, in the men's division, that's almost impossible to be able to do. You know, so I give her a lot of credit. I would love to hear you guys' thought and opinion on, you know, tonight's matchup with her and Kaye Scott. All right, so here we go. Round 3 of 10. You know, yeah, you can tell that Custa don't want that smoke. She's a little too small. She's, you know, she's very small. These are 2 small fighters, but she's really small. Lazada she's throwing punches with bad intention. A lot of power. Yeah. I think this probably be the last round we see with this fight. Yeah. You know, I think she's realizing that she's outmatched and she really don't want that smoke, because pretty much every fight, every punch that Lazada throw Questa is pretty much, you know, covering up, and good left hand hook, Carter. Okay. Yeah, she caught her with another shot. This fight getting ready to be stopped. You got Lazada, got Cuesta on the ropes. Yeah, every second of the way. You know, but she's throwing punches still, so ref can't stop it. You know, I think Lazada knows she got this fight won. I think she knows she can stop it whenever she wants. I think now she's just getting ready to you know, show her boxing skills and just take her time and let the knockout, if it comes, come. You know, and that's what most skilled fighters do. I think she knows she has the, you know, the power to be able to stop her. Really now all she has to do is just take her time, you know, throw combinations and let that knockout come good, because it's going to come, or the referee will stop this fight. Okay, so that's the end of round 4, I believe. But yeah, you know, Cuesta, she's going to have to get busy, man, because like I said, Lazada is throwing punches with bad intentions. You know, but look, man, we are, this fight is late. We are watching the prelims of the Claressa Shield Kaye Scott fight leading up into that. I need for you guys to give me your opinion, your thoughts on, you know, what do you think Claressa Shields is going to look like in tonight's fight, man? She's coming from heavyweight all the way down to middleweight. She had to lose over 30 pounds, 30-something pounds, I believe. You know, so give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on tonight's fight, you know, but this is a great women's fight in this Lazada Cuesta fight. You know, Lazada looks really good, man. Ooh, good body shot. That hurt. Yeah, that definitely hurt. You know, but yeah, man, these been some pretty good prelims. You know, the stars are definitely out tonight. They doing their thing. Yeah, they definitely party in the arena tonight. Ooh, Lazada got on the ropes. Where my boy James Sanders at? Ooh, good left hand. Man, hey, Lazada look good. I would love to see, I don't know what division Baumgartner fights in, but that would be a good fight. Lazada and I forget her first name, but Baumgartner, Alicia Baumgartner. And I think Baumgartner may be in this division or a lighter division. You know, basically, she just walking her down now. Better watch out, because Cuesto's still throwing punches too. You know, she looked good, man. I don't know if she's a natural softball or she switched from right to softball, but she's looking good in that left hand stance, man. You know, I'm a natural left hand and I fought left handed, though. You know, so you know, that's an advantage too, and a disadvantage in the boxing game too. It's an advantage and a disadvantage at the same time. Ooh, good right hand hook by Cuesta. You know, so Lazada better watch out. Got caught with another one. Yeah. And now you got Cuesta getting a little bit of, okay, so that's the end of the 6th round, I believe.
So to come tonight, our main event, and the champ is here. Yes, Claressa Shields is the challenger tonight.
You got Kaye Scott walking into the building. You got Kaye Scott walking into the building. She looked rough. You know, I'm not familiar with Kaye Scott, you know, but she is the champion, so you got to put a little bit of respect on her name and put a little bit of respect on her. She looked like a big girl. You know, so yeah, man, you know, this is my first chance at seeing, you know, who Kaye Scott was, you know, besides seeing the, you know, the promotional and what she looked like on Look at Sexy Red. The stars are definitely out tonight, man. Hey, I wish I was in ATL. You know, look like the after parties tonight. Can you imagine how it's about to be down there in the ATL, shawty? Okay, here we go. Round 5 of 10. Lazada has been winning every round in my opinion, but Cuesta in that last fight, she woke up a little bit with them hooks. Ooh, she just threw 2 left and right hooks. But and she's the shorter fighter. So if I was her, I would try to move inside like how she's doing it, and throw a lot of them hooks like how she's doing, and make sure you keep that jab working too. She got decent head movement. She's not there like the Statue of Liberty, like how you see most, female fighters. And she's throwing them hooks. If she keep throwing them hooks, she got a chance. She has a puncher's chance. Anybody does. Ooh, she trying to land that left. I think Cuesta going for it too. She. Now she don't switch back to right hand, but it's a good fight, man. Cuesta at this point, I'm not gonna say she needs a knockout, but she's been losing every round up until now. But Lazada is the more of the skilled fighter out of two. But don't get me wrong, Cuesta, she has some good hooks. I think she just outmatched this fight. Sixth round getting ready to come up. And again, I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Demia Jefferson. Recently, yesterday gave, what's today? No, Friday. Friday, she gave birth to my grandson, Darius. I almost forgot his name earlier, but it's Darius. Again, I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Demia Jefferson, who gave birth Friday night to my grandson, Darius. Yep, so it was an honor to be there, man. I'm a proud grandfather again. But it definitely was an experience, something that I advise everybody, to experience if they can in their lifetime. But here we go. Round 6, Lazada versus Cuesta. Okay, well, you better get busy then, Cuesta. Yeah, Lazada, she's the I'm not gonna say the bigger fighter, but she's the taller fighter and has the reach out of the two. So pretty much she's at the mercy of Lazada, but Cuesta has a puncher's chance with them left and right hooks that she's been throwing. But the comment section is open. I want to hear you guys' comments, your thoughts on tonight's main event. Claressa Shields, man, dropping over 30 pounds, coming from heavyweight all the way down to middleweight to fight Kaye Scott for a title fight tonight. I think that was a punch from Lazada. I didn't see a flash of heads in that exchange. Been pawing at her nose, and now she's got. Yeah, she's been getting hit with them damn jabs. Hey, she got them hooks. Another hook. Ooh, that eye looking horrible. Oh. She may be losing this fight, but she's the toughest. Yeah, she's tough. But she's cut. She's bleeding. The blood is definitely in the water. Lazada sees it. She's basically setting her up. But I like Cuesta, man. She's throwing them hooks. Yeah, she's definitely cut and she's hurt. They talking fast. No. That motherfucker's talking fast. She hurt. Yeah, man, this is a really good fight. You know, certain women fights are, you know, in my opinion, it just depends on, you know, the fighters. But this is a pretty entertaining fight. Both fights that we saw thus far tonight has been pretty entertaining. Oh, was that a headbutt that caused that cut? Wow. Or was that a punch?
You can see it totally in that burn. Both these guys are clutched.
Okay, yeah, it was a headbutt that caused that. It wasn't a punch. Yeah, so look, man, we are a few fights away from the main event. You got Claressa Shields getting ready to challenge Kaye Scott and I believe the middleweight title fight tonight. Hopefully, you know, we see a great entertaining fight tonight. My thoughts is, and my question to you guys is, do you think Claressa Shields will be able to bring the power down from that heavyweight after losing 30 pounds? Do you think she'll be able to bring that power with her? And it's you know, and it's after losing that weight. Do you think she'll be able to bring her power down? And it'll, you know, and it'll be effective, you know, after losing all that weight. Another headbutt.
Either way, what's done? Finished it all by that headbutt in the corner. All positivity.
Yeah, that's what I like about Lozada. You know, she has that calm.
Yeah, I like Lozada, man. I'm going to find out what division Alicia Baumgartner is in, because I think that would be a great matchup and a great fight. Because they look like Alicia may be a little smaller, I believe. But these are some small. These are some small girls too. Ooh. She's trying to catch it with them hooks. You know, but we got a few people watching, man. I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. We got Lozada versus Custa, and this it's a championship bantamweight women's fight. Leading up to getting ready to lead up. We got a few prelims leading up to tonight's main event, which is Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott in the middleweight title bout tonight. You know, so I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Give me your thoughts on tonight's matchup, Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott. Your girl Shields had to lose over 30-some pounds to be able to make weight for this title fight tonight. Yeah, so it's been a pretty entertaining fight tonight. You know, pretty entertaining night tonight. We saw the Ray J versus Orlando Brown. You know, in my opinion, I'm not going to say I would not pay to see any of those fights, you know, but it's just entertainment, you know, but I definitely want to see someone else new. I want to see some more, you know, entertainers out there fighting. You know, we saw Ray J in a fight before he got knocked out. He came back tonight, fought a decent, pretty entertained us tonight against Orlando Brown, but would I want to see him again out there? No, I want to see somebody else. I would want to see, you know, Charleston White against some of these motherfuckers that he's been talking shit against, you know. So I think something like that, a lot of people would love to see, you know, like a Charleston White against, you know, somebody who he's out there beefing with, you know, something like that. You know, Big Meat versus Whack 100, something like that. You know, yeah, let's do something like that, y'all. Y'all should try to, you know, geek something like that. Big Meat versus Whack 100. Something like that. You know, we want to see something like that. You know, but here we go. This is the 8th round out of 10. Lozada versus Cuesta. Cuesta is still out there, man, throwing punches. You know, but I think, in my opinion, she's been out. I'm not going to say outclassed. She's been outboxed, though. Definitely by Lozada. But she's a tough look. She's a tough look She's a tough little one. Tough little Mexican girl. You know, but look, I want you guys to interact with me. Give me you guys your thoughts. I don't know if you guys are able to watch the fight. I cannot show it due to copyright infringements, you know, but I'm going to do my best ability to commentate. And then also let me know if you guys can hear the fight commentary from the commentators too, because I also want you guys to hear that when I'm not talking. Hey, Lazada, man, she throwing like a nigga out there.
Someone like Lazada, I can see her fighting for a vacant title very soon. I really like her story.
And what I mean by that, she trying to hurt something. You know, but I will say this, Questa, man, she's a tough little cookie. She's been out there. She's took all of the punches. I was gonna say most of the punches, but she's took pretty much every punch Lazada has thrown at her, and she's still out there. You know, so I will give her the credit for that at least. You know, it's been a pretty good fight, man.
Beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Sergio, your first trip to
The ATL, Saudi, all the stars are out tonight. They just showed big meets, man. You got a lot of stars out there in the building tonight. You know, Atlanta is the place to be tonight. Claressa Shields definitely brought the stars out tonight. They in the building. Sold out arena, sold out fight. She got a dog at the arena. That's crazy. So they allow dogs in the arena. Let me show y'all this. She got a goddamn dog at the arena. You know, I guess when you got money, you know, you can pay for your dog to come to the arena too. You know, what happens if the dog take a shit? Or got to take a piss. You know, but here we go. Round 9 of 10. These are the championship rounds. Questa, if she wants to win this fight, in my opinion, she needs a knockout. She needs to throw a lot of them hooks. You know, but we got a few people watching. I need you guys to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and make sure you comment. Let me know what you think of tonight's fights thus far, leading all the way up to your girl Claressa Shield fights tonight against Kaye Scott. You know, but these has definitely been some entertaining fights. I actually like this Lazada Questa fight, man. It's real. You know, when you have a good women's fight, they're really entertaining. You know, because you see a lot of action, especially in the smaller divisions like this. You know, you see a lot of punches thrown. Questa, she got to be a little bit more busy if she want to win this fight. Wow, she looking at the ref getting hit. You better throw some punches and work your way up out of there, Questa. There she go. Ooh, good uppercut to the body. Look, I wish I could show this fight, but if you have the zone, go over to the zone, man. This is a good fight. 9 of 10. You have one more round, but Lazada versus Questa. A really good women's fight. She is. I like Questa. She just got to be a little bit more busy. That's it. She's still in there throwing shots and taking shots. Okay, that's the end of round 9. Getting ready to come up to the last round. Look at the GWOAT. The GWOAT in the building. The GWOAT. She getting ready. She has lost a lot of weight.
Standing near Andre Terrell, one of the new additions to Team Shields, who has been bringing some of the power.
That's my girl. I love the enthusiasm and, you know, in the energy that she brings. You know, you gotta love it. Look at her. She talking mad shit. That's what you're supposed to do.
right punch. That's the problem with punches.
Packed out here at the State Farm Arena in downtown ATL.
Okay, they at the State Farm Arena. Last and final round from these two great fighters. This was a great fight, you guys. You know, we got to get some respect to these women fighters, man. You know, and Claressa Shields, she's leading the way. You know, but this is a really good, entertaining fight.
Her late brother, Paul Cuesta.
Okay. So we listen. Lazada's definitely gonna. Ooh, she got nailed. Lazada just got nailed with a right hand. If Cuesta can put some more pressure, I don't know if she knows that she's hurt. She caught her. Oh, that was an elbow to the throat. She catching it too. Look, this is a good fight, you guys. You know, more than any, you know, it looked like Lazada probably will, because we got a minute left, go on to win this fight. But this was a great fight, man. You know, Cuesta is a little tough little cookie. She's just not throwing enough punches to, you know, to be able to affect Lazada. But she definitely caught her with that right hand hook on the button.
That's because it changed a little bit outdone by Spirit Boxing.
Wester putting on a really great show of toughness.
Yeah, this was a really good fight. I gained good shot. I gained a lot of respect from Houston, man. I would love to see this fight again. Oh, she hurt. Oh, she got her hurt. Okay. Lazada got on her ropes, got Cuesta hurt. You know, okay, it's over with. She made it through here. This was a good fight, you guys. Good fight. That was a really, really good fight. You know, and you know, and I'm not gonna say you don't see too many women fights like that, but this was a really great fight. Lazada, she's the champion. She won. You know, but I give Cuesta all the credit in the world. She hung in there. She took a lot of shots. She gave it her best. You know, but she just wasn't busy enough, in my opinion. You know, but we got a few people watching. I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's your boy Dame D. We are live. We are waiting on this. We are waiting on the main event, man, on this Claressa Shields fight. You know, she's lost over 30 pounds. And I want to know you guys' comment. Do you think this weight loss will affect Claressa Shields' power in tonight's fight? That's the question that I'm asking everybody. Will she be able to bring the power down in this division? You know, because normally, you know, when you lose a lot of weight like that, you lose something with it, and normally it's the power that you have when you're losing that much weight. You know, so I don't know if it affects her as much as it does men fighters. So I would love to hear you guys' opinion and thoughts on that.
3 vacant titles at 122. This was for a minor piece of WBA's.
So I'm gonna let you guys hear the commentators, man. It was a good fight. You know, that's all you can ask for is a good, entertaining fight, and that's what it was. It was a great, entertaining fight. I would love to see if they're in the same weight division. I'm going to look that up. But this will be a great match for Alicia Baumgartner, in my opinion. You know, somebody give me their thoughts on that. What weight division does Alicia Baumgartner fight in? Because I would love to see Lazada versus Alicia Baumgartner. That would be a hell of a fight.
According to 84% of you, although I bet Cuesta won at least a round or two.
I mean, Cuesta wasn't no pushover. You know, she just didn't throw a lot of punches. I think in the beginning she was a little bit. I'm not gonna say she was a little bit lackadaisical in the first rounds, trying to fill out and trying to, you know, find her spot in this fight. But that was a good fight. She can't hold your head up high. come back, come back better. That's it. This was a good fight. You got to get your skills together and come back. That's it. She was just a little bit outmatched, for Lazada. Lazada was a skilled fighter. Facts.
I really like everything. Other than her things back to get hit, but you're gonna get hit in a fight. I love the fact that she was in there with a tough Mexican with 25 fights, a lot of experience under.
Yeah, she was in there with a tough fighter. Okay, so my camera don't cut off, so I can't show the main event anyway. That my battery don't went out. 8 Mile 313. What up, though, bro? You have not. Excuse me. You have not missed the main event yet. You just missed 2 prelim fights. You just missed a great women's fight, Lazada versus Queso, that just went off. But the main event has not started yet. You missed a Ray J and Orlando Brown fight earlier. But you have not missed the main event. We're still waiting on Claressa Shields to come back in the question. 313, 8 Mile 313. The question that I was asking everybody: do you think the weight loss over 30 pounds will affect the power of Claressa Shields against Kaye Scott tonight? That's the question that I'm asking everybody. But you didn't miss it. You missed 2 fights.
That's what I like to see, the fighting spirit all the way to the end.
Yep. So, man, look, this last fight was a really great, entertaining fight. That's all you can ask for. It's a good, entertaining fight, and that's what we got tonight. This was better than some of the men fights that I've saw recently. And that's what you get with some of these women fights. You get a great, entertaining fight tonight. Yeah, she just got outboxed. But I like Queso, man. She's just gonna have to go back to the drawing board, and just come back better in her next fight.
They fought 3 times as an amateur, and that fight is coming up next. Troy Isley versus Joseph.
Oh, okay. So we do have. Okay, so we do have. I thought this was an all-women's night fight tonight. So I apologize with that, you guys. We do have a men's middleweight contest tonight. Isley versus Hicks. 8 Mile 313 said who won the Orlando fight. Ray J won it, man. It was an entertaining fight, but Ray J won the fight. It was some bullshit, but he did win the fight. So I thought it was an orange fight tonight, but apparently they do have one, a fight getting ready to be up next. 2 men getting ready to fight Hicks versus Orlando, I believe. So hopefully we'll get another great, entertaining fight. 8 Mile 313, man. How your day been going?
Prop bet rolls over to the fresh lick sub coming on. So if the sub scores, fight still wins.
I appreciate you too, man. We went over 1K. I think that was, what was that, Wednesday or Tuesday? I want to thank everybody who hit that sub button, man. Your boy went over 1K. It was an accomplishment that we set out. One of the goals that we had over here on YouTube. And I want to thank everybody who contributed along the way. 8 Mile 313 been one of my bros since, elementary school. I've been knowing him for over 40 years, so I definitely want to give a shout out to him, and I want to thank him for, always making a comment, always showing up, and, just giving his thoughts and opinion again. Hey, Mile 313, man, I want to thank you. I couldn't have not done it without the help of you too. You know what I mean? So thank you, man. I appreciate it, and it goes a long way, man, for sure. But it's getting ready to be football time. 8 Mile 313, man. What them Lions gonna do? What we gonna do, man? We already down we down the DB that got arrested, man. Hopefully we went and picked up some good DBs in the draft. Hopefully we get that offensive line together. How did the Lions do the other day, man? I did not catch that game. And I did not look at it. 8 Mile 313 made a comment. He said, anytime you lose weight, you will lose some power. Fact. He said, but Shields doesn't have much power anyway. Wow. She wins her fights off of endurance and overwhelming her opponents. I agree, but 8 Mile 313, you saying she ain't got no power? So she ain't out there knocking bitches out? Is that what you saying, 8 Mile? You know, I thought Claressa Shields got, you know, in my opinion, you know, I agree with you, but I do think she has some power, you know, and I'll have to look at her record to see exactly how many knockouts she has. I'm not saying she, you know, stopping everybody, but she does has the capability to knock a bitch out. You know, so I will put a little respect on her name. Okay, she only has 3 knockouts. Wow. Okay. You know, so you may be right. You may be right, 8 Mile 313. She only has 3 knockouts out of how many fights? You know, and I know she has over 20, at least over 20 fights. You know, so you know, but you know, she, like you said, man, she stays busy. She has a lot of endurance. So, you know, this is going to be a great fight. You know, my opinion, will she be able to bring that heavyweight power down to this middleweight with her? You know, and that probably will be the difference. You know, tonight she may have a chance at losing her first fight, man. You know, and I think a lot of people has been waiting on a night like this to see Claressa, you know, take an L. You know, because you got a lot of people that hate on her. You know, but you know, we are Claressa Shield fans over here. You know, I think she's gonna handle her business. You know, I think she will be able to bring some of the power from that heavyweight back down to, you know, to this middleweight. But old girl look big, man. I saw, I'm not too familiar with Kaye Scott, but Kaye Scott looked kind of tall. She looked like she gonna have a jab. So it's gonna be an interesting fight tonight, 8 Mile 313. You know, get 8 Mile 313. Do me a favor, look up Kaye Scott record and see how many knockouts she have. You know, and that'll kind of give us a tale of the tape, you know, before the fight. You know, but again, man, I want to thank everybody who helped your boy reach that 1K subscriber mark this past week, man. You know, it definitely was a great feeling. It definitely was a goal that your boy set out to, and we accomplished that goal. You know, and now we are next to off to the next goals. You know, it doesn't stop with that. You know, but I thought this was an all-woman show fight tonight, you know, but apparently we have Hex against Orlando, I believe, coming up next. So it's going to be hopefully another great entertaining fight tonight leading up to tonight's main event. Okay, yep. So this is the co-main event. Like each other because of the bad blood from the amateur days. They fought 3 times. Okay, so they're familiar with each other. But I said, oh, hell no. Those were robberies. I beat them all 3 times. Quite the turn in this relationship. Joseph Hicks told us this week, and they're younger, he used to protect Icy from bullets. Okay, so yeah, man. Hopefully we're getting ready to see, you know, another great entertaining fight tonight. I wish I could show you guys the fight, but I cannot. You know, if I could anyway, my camera over there that I had over there just died out, so I got to get over there and charge it up. But you have Troy Isley versus Joseph Hicks. You have a 5-year age different in the two. Okay, so this is a 10-round middleweight contest. You know, it's not for a title. So, you know, 16-0 against 12-1-0. So this is going to be a good fight. You know, these are 2, I'm not going to say up-and-coming fighters, you know, because they're up in age. Okay. The ring girls out there.
So here comes Hicks. Isley Sergio's about a 4.5 to 1 favorite, but Hicks said, listen, I've always been better than him. And I'm gonna okay, so you got a fight that's getting ready to come up next where you have 2 fighters who fought each other in amateur 3 times. So this is kind of going to be like a Tank Davis and what's the young man who just fought recently? Roach, who just fought recently. 2 guys who fought each other, you know, in the amateurs and has now come on to see each other in the pros. So this should be a great, interesting fight. Scott had 0 knockouts. So, okay. All right, so that should be a great. And 8 Mile 313 said Kaye Scott has no knockouts. You know, so you know it should be a great, interesting fight. I think Kaye Scott maybe
the taller out of the two and has the reach. So that's going to be interesting, A-Mile 313. So give me your thoughts, give me your opinion on that fight. Who are you going with, A-Mile 313? Which I already know you're going for a Claressa, but give me your thoughts and your opinion. And you guys, let me know if you can hear the fight commentary when I'm not talking, because I want you to be able to hear what the commentators and what the fight commentary is saying when I'm not giving it to you too. So. It's a full house in Atlanta tonight. Can you imagine what the after parties are going to be like tonight? Boy, it's going to be crazy. It's probably going to be like $200 and up to get into any of those events or clubs tonight. If you're a regular person, you probably ain't getting it. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. So here we go. You got Troy Isley getting ready to come to the ring.
Troy, the Transformer Isley.
All right, here he comes. He's coming out. Okay, look like he got a rapper, somebody rapping me come out. So I'll let you guys hear the commentary of this. I think they said the rapper YG was walking him out. They don't cut that nigga mic off. Yeah, but what up though, y'all, man? What's good to everybody out there on Facebook who's watching, everybody out there on Instagram, and everybody out there on YouTube who's joining the stream, man. We are watching the pre-main event leading up to the main event fight tonight. You got your girl Claressa Shields getting ready to fight Kaye Scott in I believe a middleweight title fight tonight. So they got Troy Isley 57% winning over Joseph Hicks.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So yeah, man, it's been a pretty entertaining tonight with fights tonight with the Orlando Brown Ray J fight. A-Mile 313, you're gonna have to go and look it up, man. In my opinion, I don't want to see Ray J out there no more fighting. Give us somebody else. I'd rather see Charleston White versus somebody else, or let's give us Big Meats versus Whack 100, something like that. You know what I mean? Give us a different lineup. We don't saw Ray J in there twice, so give us somebody else different.
In partnership with Win Records, Claressa Shields Promotions, and Route 30.
Claressa getting it both ways around. She's the promoter. She getting a percentage off the promotion of these fights, and she's taking a purse home from this fight tonight. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I'm proud of my sister. That's what I'm talking about. She making a way for our next up and coming young sisters. Who decides to get out there and fight, man. She making it way. She's making it possible. For young female fighters to make their dreams come through. And I give her much respect, much love. For what she's out there doing. In the boxing. In the sports for the sports for women. Women's boxing, I should say. I was gonna say if I had a daughter, but I do have a daughter, and I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Demia Jefferson, who just recently, gave me, another grandson. My grandson, Darius, was born. I believe that was Friday. Yep, the 14th. Yep. So I want to give a shout out to her. She did an excellent job. You know, it was a hell of a experience being there to watch your child give birth to your grandchild. You know, so again, I want to give a shout out to her. But here we go, man. Hopefully, we get a great entertainment fight tonight. You know, these are two fighters that matched up against each other 3 times in the amateur. So pretty much these fighters know each other. They're probably from the same hometown. You know, if they fought each other 3 times, and I'll see that hometown Alexandria VA. So I'll look and see when he comes up next. You know, but if they fought each other 3 times, they're familiar with each style of fighting. So it's going to make it a pretty interesting fight. The Transformer. He might want to think about changing his name, man. You know what they call them, Transformers now. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he thought about, well, he probably had that name before they started talking, you know, that Transformer stuff, if y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, they don't even want to look at each other. So they definitely beefed out. This definitely about to be a great fight. You know, like I said, these fighters have fought each other 3 times in the amateurs. I believe first time they're getting ready to face off in the professional.
Blended in, but they both want to outshine each other. This is the moment to happen when that bell rings.
It's the Transformer.
All right, here we go. Round 1.
Joseph Hook picks. He's in the teal and orange, Isley in the solid blue.
Sergio, I know you said the jab is not going to be enough for Joseph Hicks, but that's what they want to use.
One fighter's undefeated. One fighter has 1 loss.
This fight.
Oh, okay. All right, these some big looking boys.
Distance, they believe they get picked nicely apart.
Well, listen, he does start slow, and if Isley doesn't pick up the pace and force gets the fight early, then a jab won't be enough.
Hicks just hit Isley with a good shot. You got Megatron, and you know, the first round they're filling each other out. They're really not doing too much. In the middle of the round, no one's really throwing any punches.
See Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford there ringside getting a good look at this one.
2 goals that come here, folks.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much, no one's throwing any punches. They just in the middle of the round just doing this. No one's wanting to jump off the porch and, you know, throw a punch and get caught. You know, but normally this is how first rounds are. You know, both of these fighters definitely know each other. They like I said, they fought each other. Woo. They throwing with, well, they are throwing with bad intentions. You know, so I don't think this fight is going to go long because, like I said, they're both, I'm not going to say afraid to throw punches, but they both know each other may have the power to, you know, stop one another. You know, so they're filling each other out in this first round. And Isley is the more aggressive out of the 2. He's coming forward.
Nick's got trouble by the aggression of Wendy Toussaint. Toussaint was saying crash with out volume Hicks through the first half of their fight. That's not the approach that Isley's taking at this point. Again, the range is important to watch in this fight. That's exactly where Joseph Hicks wants to fight. If this fight goes 10 rounds, fighting at this distance, he's going to be happy pulling out a decision.
Yeah, and Hicks is not busy at all. You know, neither fighter is really doing anything, but Isley is the aggressor out of 2. Hicks just finally threw a punch back that landed. Yeah, I think Hicks, man, he got to start throwing that jab so he can get a little bit more comfortable because to me he looks tight and uncomfortable in his first round. Come on, break them up. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the first round. You know, this was a fill out of the first round. If I had to give it to anybody, it would be Isley, meaning that he was the aggressor out of the 2. You know, and they're talking shit to each other after that first round. You know, but look, man, you know, we getting ready to see the Guo out there again. She's coming off of a heavyweight fight, meaning that she's lost over 30 pounds. You know, and I asked 8 Mile 313, man. I'm like, what do you think that she'll be able to bring that power down to this division. And he had a point. She's not known really for her power. She's known for her endurance and her stamina and just being busy out there. She's only had 3 knockouts out of I can't remember her record. But I thought she had more knockouts than that. But I definitely trust 8 Mile 313. In the women's division, you don't find too many women with that many knockouts anyway. Because they're only fighting, I believe, 2-minute rounds. Maybe 10 rounds. 2-minute, 10-round fights, I believe. But the house is definitely full out there tonight. There's definitely a lot of black excellence out there in the arena tonight. She definitely brings out the fans, I tell you that. But here we go. Round 2, Isley and Hicks. In the first round, they spent filling each other out, but hopefully they'll open up a little bit more. You have Isley still the more aggressive, but Hicks look like he's throwing bombs if he can land. I think Isley wants to get in there, slug it out, but Hicks is looking to be more of the counter fighter right now. He's still not sure of what Isley is going to do. So he's still trying to, find this spot in this fight. Because right now neither fighter is doing anything. Isley is the more aggressive. Ooh. He caught Isley with a shot. It looked like Isley may have hurt his knee on that shot. Unless that was just a good shot that he buckled them damn knees. Yeah, so that's what's going on, man. Hicks got some power. Isley don't want to get hit because when he landed, he looked like he broke that boy pulled a ACL. Yeah, you definitely can feel the animosity. Either fighter really wants to taste the strength of the other fighter. All right, so you got Hicks, the aggressor about the two. He's throwing the more jabs, trying to come in there, trying to find that place for that right hand. And Hicks is just backing up, looking to be a counter fighter this fight.
Nobody tricking it up. You always have to bring back that jab to the chin and leave it out with a short jab coming in to keep that front foot in the door.
Yeah, this fight, one thing I can and I will tell you, this fight will not go 10 rounds. From the way that it's going. They're both kind of tense. I'm not going to say scared to throw a punch, but I think both fighters know that with each punch they throw, somebody going to get hurt. So, and I'm not going to say they're not skilled fighters. But this fight almost looked like a street type, hood type fight. If you guys are watching this fight, give me your thoughts on this. To me, this almost looked like some niggas out there on the street fighting. Like they scared to actually run up in there on each other. Right now. And I know it's early. I know you have to feel each other out, but this is kind of giving me that hood street fight right there. It ain't nothing wrong with that, because and with the hood fights, you're definitely going to get a knockout. That's just raw power. Really no skills, or anything like that. Because like I'm saying, I'm not going to say these fighters don't have any skills or anything like that. But in my opinion, it's just really too powerful fighters out there slugging it out. It's going to definitely be a slugfest. If you watching what I'm watching after that shot that he took, he almost buckled that boy knee. Yeah.
jump on the ring.
Yeah. You know, but look, man, if you guys are not fight fans tonight, you know, it probably is a good night for you guys to turn over onto the zone and watch this fight. Pretty interesting fight, leading all the way up to your girl Claressa Shields in the main event. But here we go, round 3 out of 10, I believe, coming up. Mosley versus Hicks. These some big middleweights.
Yeah, and I know I might disagree with the point, but
Hey, my 313, are you actually watching the fight live? Because give me your thoughts and opinion on this, man. To me, this look like some brothers out there, you know, squaring it up in the streets more than a professional fight. This is what this reminds me of. That's why I'm laughing, man. I apologize, but you know, to me, this looked like more like, you know, like I said, some niggas out there squaring. Oh wow, he just hurt him. He did. You know, and I'm gonna put some respect on these fighters. You know, they do have skills, but in my opinion, this kind of reminds me more of a street type fight. You know, they both look like they got some power. So I'm definitely putting respect on their name.
He knows what's coming.
Yeah.
And right there, he brought it after getting clipped in round 2.
You know, and I don't know who to go with, man. Isley is the more aggressive, but Hicks, in my opinion, I think Hicks is going to hit Isley with a shot and stop him. You know, but at times, man, Isley looks like he's going to do the same thing. So, you know, these type of fights make great fights. You know, when you have two gentlemen that fought 3 times in the amateurs, never in the pros. So, you know, they both want to win this fight. Okay, so you just listening. Okay, so hopefully I'm doing a good job at entertaining you. But look, yeah, man, this fight is giving a vibe of some niggas out there in the middle of the street fighting. You know, good fight though. Don't get me wrong. Good, great, entertaining fight. You know, really what's going on? 8 Mile 313. They right there like this, man. They really scared to throw a punch, you know, because it's a lot of power that's being thrown between both of the fighters. You know, and I think they know whoever connects first with a solid shot is probably gonna win this fight. I don't see this fight going no more than 6 rounds, in my opinion. And I'm gonna pick a fight. I'm gonna give it to Hicks, even though I like Isley. He's the more aggressive, but Hicks looked like the stronger out of the two. He looked like he may have the better skills out of the two. You know, but right now, man, these just 2 cock-strong motherfuckers out there fighting. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. You know, but like I said, you got Isley, man. He's the aggressor out of the two. You know, in 8 Mile 313, when I'm not talking, I also want you guys to hear the commentators too. Are you able to hear those guys pretty good? Because if not, I'll turn up the volume. So that's the end of round 5, I believe.
A reminder that next Saturday we will be in Las Vegas, right down the street from the.
Yeah, man, this is a good fight, man. It's just like I said, at the end of the day, you're not really seeing any boxing skills because they just really doing this, man. You know, throwing hooks and the one guy, he's throwing a lot of jabs, but he's really not really doing anything. You know, neither fighter is. You know, it's just when they get up close, you know, that's when most of the action is going down. So to me, it's more like a street fight than anything. Yeah, but I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your boy has just went over 1K earlier this week. I want to thank everybody who's helped your boy along the way. 8 Mile 313 is definitely one of the contributors to the channel, man. You know, I want to give a shout out to him. He's always, especially, and it seems like you always, you definitely show up when the fight's on 8 Mile 313. I noticed that. You know, but definitely been a long time childhood friend of mine, man. You know, that's always representing and holding your boy down. You know, so I appreciate you, you know, for all the comments, man, and you know, everything that you do for your boy. You know, are your youngest son still, do you still got him in the gym fighting Londell? 8 Mile 313, my bad. Okay, so the ref is warning Hicks about hitting behind the head.
You do this when they're in the school.
Okay, so yeah, it's been a good fight, man. Both fighters are, to me, they're still, I'm not gonna say testing each other out. They really scared to let them hands go. Okay. Ooh, Hicks just went, Isley just went down, but I don't think it was a knockdown though. I think his knee is fucked up. This is a funny fight, man. It almost, like I said, this is a hood fight. Okay, that's what's up. And I think, man, Hicks is he's the bigger fighter out of the two. It looks like to me, but he's really not. He's not busy at all. He's just looking for one shot. You know, so Hicks and Isley is probably winning his shot. You know, but I like Hicks. I wish I could show this fight, man. You know, but I tell y'all what, after this fight is over, y'all definitely can go back on YouTube and they'll have the fight up. I definitely want you guys to watch and see it, and you'll understand what I was talking about. Like, it reminds me of a hood street brawl type fight more than a professional fight. Meaning that both of these guys knew each other, they're familiar with each other's style, so it makes for a tough and a great fight.
I agree. And I think I'd much rather be controlling everything with that long stick and setting up that right hand. But he didn't really need to be hooking with a shorter fighter with a strong type punch.
Yes, I think the ref got to do a better job at breaking this fight up too. Because once they get close, it's a lot of holding, and they're really not doing nothing. When they should just be working their way out and fighting their way out, but you know, ref letting them go. But here we go. We still in the middle of the round. They still kind of looks like the first round, like they're filling each other out. So really, at the end of the day, man, they don't want to get hit by a shot. So it's a fight where you got two fighters still trying to fill each other out that really don't want to get hit. Because I think they both know that, you know, at any time, you know, any one of the fighters can be knocked out by a punch. Ooh, okay, good shot by Isley. See, and Hicks was a little bit throwing his punches off balance, so he got caught. But I tell you what, Hicks is definitely trying to catch Isley with that right hand. He's more of a counter fighter out of the two. If Isley start popping, if Hicks start popping that jab, you know, that right hand, he can set that right hand up. Right now, man, he's just looking for one punch. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'll give Isley pretty much all of these rounds. You got your girl Kaye Scott warming up, getting ready. She looked like a pretty good girl, a pretty big girl, 8'3" She looked like a big girl. Okay, we're gonna see, you know, Claressa Shields don't fought plenty of big girls and chop them down. Okay, showing your girl Claressa Shields in the locker room. She getting taped up, getting ready to come out.
Claressa Shields love to spotlight any more, for instance, any athlete in any sport. We've seen a lot of.
All right, here we go, round 5.
She never misses a chance to do an interview.
And it's hard to judge this fight because, like I said, they're still filling each other out. No one's really landing that many punches, you know, because they just right like this in the middle of the round. You know, both fighters really looking to land one shot.
Tremendous job of building.
You know, but here we go. Now Isley is trying to, back up a little bit to see what Hicks want to do. So, but Hicks is really not coming forward, man. I think he's actually scared of that power. He tasted a little bit of that power from Isley in that first round, and he's kind of timid to, run up in there and let them hands loose.
I think probably doubled up on that strong jab of his, but strength is not going to be enough. You're going to need some speed.
Yeah, they're both off balance fighters. It's a lot of tense. When you get tense, makes you off balance. Makes your shots a lot of stiff, and that's what you're seeing, a lot of stiff, tense shots being thrown from two powerful fighters. But Isley is definitely the aggressive out of the two. I think Hicks is definitely can hold his own, but I think he's scared of that power that Isley brings. So he's waiting versus trying to take the fight to Hicks. That's probably going to cost him this fight. The ref said he's a slow starter, but this is 5 out of 10. So you definitely need to go there and start it up and get it going, because he may be down 4 rounds to none, 5 after this. Ooh. So pretty much, man, you just got Isley throwing jabs. Neither fighter is really throwing nothing more than just a jab. They're in the middle of the round, throwing jabs, 8 mile 313, trading jabs. No one's really connecting. And that's why I said earlier, it kind of reminded me of a hood fighter, but they're starting to, they're trying to untense a little bit, but they're still not really. Oh, wow, the ref just took a point from Isley. I don't know why. Maybe from hitting in the back of the head, but I didn't even see a shot. And these referees tonight, man, we don't saw one referee stop a fight, and then I just saw a point took from a shot that I did not see.
It's just too much.
All right, Chris, I understand.
Okay, so that's the end of round 5, getting ready to go into 6, man. Pretty no much action from this fight. It's pretty. I'm not gonna say it's a boring fight. You just have two fighters that's really scared to get in there and trade shots. But at some point they're gonna have to get in there and trade shots if somebody want to win this fight.
All 3 belts are going to be on the line. The WBO has ordered Navarrete to fight Charlie Suarez.
But we got some great fights coming up at the end of the month. You got your boy Rolly, Romero, getting ready to fight, and I forget the young man he's fighting, but Timo. And I might be tearing his name up, but give me a second. They're going to show it in a second. But there's going to be a pretty interesting fight, in my opinion.
That's going to be a championship type fight against the best fighting the best. And one of the best places you can have it, San Antonio.
Well, who do you get the edge to in that matchup?
And I love the way I've been seeing him here.
All right, here we go. Round 6. All right, so it's been a pretty much a standstill fight. Both fighters has been in the middle of the round, scared to pretty much trade shots. Oh, yeah, good shot by Hicks. The first shot really right-handed I saw Hicks throw tonight. And I'm not going to say these fighters don't have skills, because they do. They're just not really. They're not throwing enough punches to show off their skills, in my opinion. It almost looked like two heavyweights out there in the middle of the ring, scared to throw a punch because the other one may connect. So it's like they're still in the filling out stages. But wow, but this is round 6 of 10. Isley just caught Hicks with a good right hand coming up.
won, but Isley says they'll go with great.
Okay, so Hicks won the 2 out of the 3. So Isley has a point that he's trying to prove tonight. You know, he's the aggressor out of the 2. And I agree, and that's what I said. Hicks is pretty much hanging back, looking to be the counter fighter out of the 2. Isley is more of the aggressor. He's doing good right hand. He's just doing 1-2 and connected on Hicks. You know, but Isley is the aggressor out of the 2. He's throwing the jab. He's in the middle of the round. He's actually stalking him now. I'm not going to say he's trying to cut the ring off because he's not. Good jab right here. Jab left hand. That's it. I just said that too. That's all it is 1 jab, 1 shot, and they're out. You know, and that's pretty much for both fighters. You know, we're coming down to a minute in this 6th round, and we haven't really saw too much action from neither fighter. You know, like the commentator and like I've been saying, it's just really just been jabs and maybe a couple of 1-2s, and that's it. Hicks is looking for that 1 shot and that hook. Isley better be careful. Put that left hand up, because Hicks is looking to counter the right hook.
Nice little counter right there from Hicks on the way out.
Yeah, and that's what he's looking to do, is counter with that right hand.
So Hicks is maybe going to have to go to plan B here shortly. Isley seems like he's getting
All right, here we go. So the last 10 seconds of the 6th round. Hey, my 313, man, give me your opinion on the Lions, man. What do you think they're going to do this year? Do you think we're going to win our division? We coming off of a horrible season last year, man. We let Chicago overtake our division. We let Chicago show up, even though I believe we split the series. You know, Chicago was able to win the division and go on to show up over us. So give me your thoughts and your opinion on, what you think the Lions are going to do. Do you think this offensive lineman is going to get it together? You think we're going to be able to protect your boy Goff out there, man? Or do you think it's going to be the same Lions that we've been seeing of the past? Hopefully we'll be able to keep the secondary together. But here we go, man. Round 7 of 10 getting ready to come up.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, me and Yannick have been a little bit of. I like the work that Joe Dick's doing, even though I think it does have the moment. I'd much rather be Dick.
Well, I tell you, Hicks, boy. I like Hicks. He's just not busy enough. Even though he's a counter fighter, he's countering off of what Isley is doing. But you still have to be busy. You still have to go out there and attack and try to, win rounds too. I think if he threw that motherfucking jab and let that right hand go, man, it'd be a lot more effective for him versus just waiting on Isley. But that's what's going on. But you got Hicks that's coming forward. He's the most aggressive out of the 2. Hicks is just still looking to counter fight and really not throwing any punches, just really countering. Good counter right hand. But in my opinion, I don't think that's enough, and I don't think the judges will, give him the benefit of the doubt of these rounds by just looking to counter and not really throwing any shots at all. So, Isley, in my opinion, is winning this fight. He's been throwing more of the 2, been busier of the 2 fighters, in my opinion.
Probably more of a title eliminator position, but it's definitely a step forward type of fight for you guys.
Crowd waiting to get something here. It is a packed house. It has been for quite some time.
Packed house in the ATL.
All eyes will be on our main event, which is us.
I'm gonna tell you, the fans gonna start booing in a second because they just really right there in the middle of the round that and really not putting in no work. It's like they scared to hit each other, and I understand that, from testing, feeling each other's power, you don't want to get hit with that shot.
a little bit more clever in my opinion, but he just doesn't have a temperament for attacking, controlling them. He's looking for a thing, getting out of his element. I think that's the gear that he's missing.
So yeah, I'm still trying to feel, both of these fighters out. I like Hicks. I mean, and I like the aggressiveness of Isley, but even him being the aggressive, he's still not really, throwing a lot of shots. He's just throwing, chasing Hicks and just throwing, he's throwing a jab in a 1-2, but that's it. No combinations, and that's it. Yeah, that's what he was missing.
Start to worry about what's coming downstairs.
It's rare for a fighter to throw a 1-2 to the body, but it takes Jordan. I got 10. That position, throw a straight 22 right down the long.
Yeah, man. Hey, I like Hicks. I like the stance. I like the long lankiness. Man, he looks like he can be a great fighter. I want to look at. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the tape of him. He may be a little bit older fighter, so. It may be kind of, I'm not going to say too late, but I like his body, man. If he threw that motherfucking jab and right hand and let them hands go, we can see a little bit more of him. He probably will be winning this fight. But the comment section is definitely open, you guys. Give me your thoughts on this fight. I hope you guys are watching this fight. I'm not going to say it's a great fight. It's an intense fight, to see who's going to land a shot and win this fight, because you see the power from both fighters. But, both fighters are scared to get up in there and mix it up. Your boy Usher. Oh my God, here we go. We ain't about to start this bullshit. Okay, here we go. All right, so here we go. Round 8 of 10, you guys. In my opinion, Isley is definitely winning this fight. He's been aggressive out of 2. There's not been too many exchanges. But if I had to pick who's winning this fight, it definitely is going to be Isley because, like I said, he's the aggressor out of 2. He's been throwing the most shots and definitely has landed the more out of 2. Now, who's landed the more power shots? Probably Hicks, because he's just really looking to counter.
That's the disagreement, but I think me and I like the work that Hicks has been doing on the high front, but I don't get inside. That's a good shot.
Yeah, see, and this is the same thing that the commentators are pretty much saying the same thing that I'm saying. They like Hicks, I like Hicks, but here's to tell her the tape. They got Isley winning 67-65. And I would agree with that. Right.
So I've got him slightly.
Okay, would you call this pressure that I've been doing right
I don't know. It's not a posture. Okay, but that thing is coming back.
See, and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of pressure between these two fighters. That's why we're not really seeing that much action because I think both fighters have felt the power coming from each fighter. Ooh, good shot. That when they do get in there and trade shots, it's hurt like how they just did there. And they out there talking shit to each other too. It's going to be hard to judge this fight as a referee, but if I had to judge this fight, I would go with what the commentators that said. And Isley, he's definitely been an aggressor out of 2 and the more the aggressive and throwing more shots. So you got to give it to somebody. Exactly. And what the commentator said, the judges have always gave it to the fighter coming forward. Ooh, good exchange by Isley.
You look when they're blocked, you see that it's the like.
You can see
See, and only thing Hicks is doing, man, he's literally only looking to counter after every shot that Isley is throwing, and then after that, he's not throwing his no shots of his own. You know, and that won't win you a fight. You know, but look, man, I need you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are this fight. This is the last and final prelim fight. We're getting ready to come on to the Claressa Shields fight. We've been laughing. Wow. Over 2 hours and 34 seconds. I definitely need you guys to make sure that y'all been hitting that subscribe button and that like, and y'all been sharing. I did not realize we've been on air this long. It's 11:43. So let me go over here to YouTube and see if you guys been hitting that like and you guys been sharing. And because we've been having people popping in all day and all night, I need to make sure y'all reciprocating back with the likes and the shares and the comments.
Joseph Nick's quarter talking like he's up 8 rounds to 1, 7 rounds to 1. It's just a bit bizarre. There's no enthusiasm. There's no go get them. There's no we need these last 2 rounds. I'm not going to Sergio.
Okay, we don't have a few comments, but I need you guys to get them subs up, man. I need you guys to get them likes up, and I need for you guys to share. You know, here we go. Round 9 of 10. These are I'm not going to say championship rounds, but the last 2 rounds are always championship rounds. This is going to make or break the fight. Hicks, in my opinion, is down 2 rounds. He's going to have to be a little bit more aggressive if he want to win this fight, in my opinion. You know, but yeah, man, we need for you guys to hit that sub button. We got too many people on here that's been jumping in and watching without hitting that sub button and not hitting that like button. You know, we're getting ready to be leading up to that Claressa Shields fight. Hopefully it's going to be a great fight tonight. Hopefully we'll see a great action-packed fight tonight.
Favors Troy Isley. If you're watching some of these exchanges, yes, Hicks is getting some of his licks in. I think the better combination.
Hicks is getting some licks in, man, but in my opinion, he is not busy enough. You know, and he's getting ready to probably lose this fight. You know, it's getting to the point. It's getting to the point where he's going to need a knockout in this final 10th round to win this fight. And I like Hicks, man. He looks good. You know, he looks like the better of the fighter out there too, but you know, Isley is the more aggressive. So you have to give it to, you know, the person who's at least throwing shots and being aggressive. You know, and like 8 Mile 313 said, y'all hit that sub button. Help the channel grow. You know, and I appreciate everybody on Facebook that's watching the channel. Please come over here to YouTube, hit that sub, and you can go right back over on Facebook and continue watching us. You know, you continuously get Isley stalking Hicks, you know, to a certain point, but he's not throwing shots neither. He's throwing more than Hicks is, but you know, and Hicks is only looking to counter, man. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, Isley, man, go ahead and turn that heat up. You get this, good right hand by Isley to Hicks. That's exactly what's going on. Hicks got his track shoes on. See, and Hicks is leaving that chin wide open every time that he throw that hook. That chin is like that, waiting to be picked up. If Isley catching, it's gonna be a problem. You know, but this is the 10th and final round getting ready to come up, guys. You know, I'm kind of ready for this fight to be over with. I thought it was going to be you know, a more entertaining fight than it is. You know, you got 2 fighters, man, that's fought 3 times, that's, you know, kind of scared to let them hands go. You know, so it's going to be a hard fight to judge, but at the end of the day, I think Isley is up and he's winning for what's his, wow, and I forgot the other fights. Now he's going to have to get a knockout coming into this last That's the final 10th round. Why would the refs tell him, his corner tell him he's winning this fight, and he's not? He's going to continue to run. He's losing this fight. You know what? I think his corner has just coached him out of winning this fight. You know, because I would have told him he needed a knockout. All right, here we go. The 10th and final round, you guys. Ooh. They both just let right hands go, but they both missed. That's it. Right. I just said the same goddamn thing. You know, I can't believe the corner told him that he was winning this fight. They should have been telling him, look, you need a knockout to win this fight. You know, or at least a knockdown. So now he's going to think that he's winning this fight. And continue to look to be a counter fighter versus being a little bit more aggressive, trying to get some points and winning this last and final 10th round. Yeah, see, and the refs even have him up 87-83. He's up 4 points. You know, so Hicks needs a knockout. He done lost the last 4 rounds, maybe 5, getting ready to come up. So for them to tell him that he's winning, that they're proud of him, you know, what's the horrible coaching, in my opinion. You know, when they go back and watch this fight, they'll see what I saw. And it is a draw type fight, but you got to give it to Isaac. Right. He's the only one throwing punches. You got to give it to the only motherfucker out there throwing punches. Exactly. Yes. And what's so crazy, man, out of the both fighters, I like Hicks, but he's not doing shit. And he's losing this round. Yeah, man. I thought this was going to be a better fight. And I'm not saying that the fight was not entertaining, but, you know, they really, each fighter really was not busy at all. You know, and the refs, and I said it, the fans are starting to boo. And I'm surprised that didn't come out earlier. You know, it's just pretty much has not been, you know, a busy fight, man. And I said it in the beginning, Londell. I said this pretty much, you know, reminded me of a hood street fight where you got 2 fighters that's out there, you know, that's just like that and scared to connect or scared to take a punch, and that's what happened. And that's it. And this fight is over with. You know, so I'm gonna give it to Isley, man. Look, and you guys, 8 Mile 313, definitely go and watch this fight. You know, on YouTube after the broadcast is over. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know, it was a hard fight to judge. It's going to be a hard fight to judge for the judges. You know, and the commentator said everything I said. So I'm going to be quiet and let you guys hear what the commentators are saying. I give it to Isley. 72% people are giving it to Troy Isley. He was the more aggressive. And he pulled out, he evened the fight up. He was down 2-1. You know, and he won the first fight of the 2 fighters out of the pros. Yeah, but it was I'm gonna be honest, it was a disappointing fight. I thought meaning that these fighters have fought 3 times, that it would have been a little bit more physical fight. I thought we would have saw a little bit more punches being traded, but you know, we didn't see that. You know, 8 Mile 313 made a comment. He said, to what you were saying earlier, bro, I don't know about the Lions. I have confidence in the players, but not the coaches. I agree, man. You know, we had some questionable, you know, coaching going on last year, you know, so hopefully, we can get the coaching together and get these players out there, man. I'm ready. I can't wait to see what this running back duo is going to look like with what Gibbs and Pachinko. Excuse me. Yeah, but and look, man, I can't wait to see. Look, J-Mo gotta have a breakout year. Hopefully, he don't went and got his shit together in the offseason. We need him to be able to catch more of these balls, man, downfield. All right, here we go. Here we go to the decision, you guys. And after the decision, I'm gonna run upstairs and get me a refreshment and use the bathroom too.
Both judges, Pat Cronin, Alex Martin, are in agreement. They both scored the same, 96 to 93. All for the winner by unanimous.
Yeah, it's going to Einstein.
Troy, the Transformer.
I knew it. I don't know why you was raising your hand. You look. He was not physical enough to think he was going to win this fight, and his coaches need to be fired for telling him that he was winning this fight. But look, I'll be right back, guys. I'm getting ready to get me something to drink, and I'll be right back. We got the main event coming up. Your girl Claressa Shields, the GOAT, is getting ready to come up. Oh, they still talking shit. They doing more action talking than they actually did in the ring. But look, I'll be right back, you guys.
Still seems like they would have gone another few rounds, but it's Troy Isley who remains undefeated. He improves to 17. And here's our highlights from this 10-round middleweight showdown.
Right hand that landed on Ivy, buckling the leg. I'm surprised that Hicks didn't jump on him. There was some good left hooks that were landing around the bar of Hicks, the long arms of Hicks, but every time he got inside, he neglected the body. Ivy did. A good body shots would have been a difference here, but either way, the judges, the way they saw it, even though they got that point deduction, it was a one-way street, one-way action. With those points. That's hard. Whenever you're defensive and goes in the back foot and the jab's not going to be enough, usually the guy coming forward trying to push the fight in the tape. The fight, and that's exactly what happened here.
So Troy Isley says he wants a world title fight next. He says if he did tell 50, Carlos Adames, Eric Lara, according to Chris Minnie, he's more likely to get a #1 contender matchup next. Let's look at our copy box numbers from this middleweight fight that went the full 10 rounds. Our co-main event of the evening. Total punches landed very similar. All the stats close, except for the number of punches thrown. Isley was busier, he was more aggressive, and the judges rewarded him for that.
Probably the jab thrown more on Isley for it as well. It looked like Hicks was the jabber, but.
Well, coming up next, this round is about to catch fire. As the quote, Claressa Shields looks to become a unified champion of the middleweight division again, as she faces off against Australians Kaye Scott, who hold the WBA and WBC middleweight titles are on the line. You're watching Saturday Fight Night here live on the Zone.
I'm the goal because I know the count. And I got 2 Olympic gold medals.
I don't call it that, but she's been the best, so I don't get that she's given herself that name.
I'm the better fighter between me and Kaye Scott because I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm more experienced, and I'm just the greatest woman of all time.
She's got a lot of speed, and I think mentally she's very strong. She wins the fight before she even goes in the ring.
I see her ass such a talent, and I see her nose.
It's something like that.
This really did one way down to middleweight has been extremely hard.
I'm not relying on it, but I do think coming down from heavyweight to middleweight, will have a little bit of an effect on that after.
I was just saying that 8 Mile 313. I just said that 8 Mile 313, and that's what they were talking about. Your girl Kaye Scott said she do think that coming down from heavyweight to middleweight will make a big impact in this fight. That's a big white girl too, man. Yeah, she definitely got the height from what I see. You know, but we are back. We are here at the main event is getting ready to start up. I want to thank everybody. 8 Mile 313 made a comment. He said it is up to golf. J-Mo is ready. He got to be ready, man. We got to listen. See, and this is why I say J-Mo got to be able to catch more of these balls, man, because he had a lot of drop passes last year, and we got to be able to threaten these motherfucking DBs and these defenses with J-Mo back there. We got to be able to threaten them and throw that motherfucking ball down the field and keep these DBs and that defense respectful. You know what I mean? We got too much. We got too good of a wide out tandem and too good of a backfield for them not to be able to, for us not to make these defenses respect. You know, J-Mo out there, man. So, look, they got to throw that ball deep, and J-Mo got to be able to catch them balls. You know, and if he do that, man, we'll have a great season. I think those are one of the things that we was missing last year, too, man. He had a lot of drop passes the last 2 years. He got to get ahead of that shit.
You're right about that. Post for
You know, but I'm going to turn this down a little bit until that come up. But, yeah, man, you know, I think J-Mo is ready. You know, he just got to improve on bringing that shit in. You know what I mean? 313. He had a lot of drop goddamn passes. You know, he was letting a lot of balls try to come to him versus going out there getting that shit. Go out there and get that shit. You know, once we get that part of the game figured out, 8 Mile 313 defenses will be scared. They'll have to respect, you know, us going deep, and therefore it's going to open up a lot of more plays for your boy Gibbs and Pachinko in that backfield. You know, we listen, and I hate that we let Montgomery go, man, because he looked so good in the offseason when they showed him out there, you know. But you know, I think Pachinko, man, is going to he's going to bring a little bit more, you know, quickness to that backfield and aggressiveness too. Even though I thought Montgomery was the aggressive and the more the banger out of the two. You know, but I think Pachinko, man, he was a banger too. You know, if he can stay healthy, I think that pickup will favor us in the end. You know, if he can stay healthy. You know, but again, at the end of the day, man, we can only go as far as our quarterback will take us, 8 Mile 313, and you know that, you know, being a quarterback. Without and that Minnesota, listen, that game against Minnesota, man, they exposed us, and we had ever since that game, you know, the defense is pretty much was just sending blitzes every fucking play. You know, after that, and they pretty much exposed us, man. And we got to make sure that our running backs are picking up these blitz packages too, you know, because that's what killed us. Our running backs, and don't get me wrong, you know, and Big Mel, he called it out too. You know, I want to give a shout out to my homeboy Mel. You know, he called it out, man. He said, you know, and Gibbs, he was doing a horrible job, you know, and I'm not going to blame it on Gibbs because we should not have our star running back out there trying to pick up blitzes on 6'4", 6'5", damn near 300-pound linebackers. You know what I mean? You know, so we just got to get our blitz packages, you know, with our running backs and our on the same page with our offensive linemen, you know, because, you know, that's what killed us and what hurt us offensively at the end of the season. You know, we could not stop the blitz, you know, and then at the end of the day, man, our secondary, we were hurt. You know, so hopefully we got that together in the draft, 8 Mile 313. And he said, I hate Montgomery is gone. Me too, man, because they showed him over there in, I believe, Jacksonville. He looked so good, lost a lot of weight, and looked good out there. You know, but here we go, man. We back to the broadcast. You know, we down to the final matchup, your girl Claressa Shields. The GWOAT is getting ready to come up, man. So, you know, hopefully we're getting ready to see a great entertaining fight. You know, 8 Mile 313. You know, Big Mel, Big Mel, he went to school with Jermaine, Central State. He played for Oak Park. I forget Jamel Thompson. My bad, that's his name. You know, and we talked about that last year. He pretty much keyed it up, man. In that Minnesota game, them linebackers for Minnesota. You know, I listen. I wish we would have got Minnesota's that defensive coordinator. We had a chance to go out there and get him. You know, because he called a hell of a game defensively against our offense.
Let the best man win. I'm not gonna wish bad on Rolly and say I hope you do it like that. No, I want.
Hold on, you guys. I'm right here. I'm not going nowhere. I got to plug up this other camera.
I need to be here and watch it or watch it.
God, you gotta love the confidence coming from Claressa Shears. Joining me now is Chris Manning. Chris, WBA welterweight champ, Rolly Romero, who's certainly.
Maybe she can outbox Rolly Romero to beat Rolly
Claressa Shields be tripping. He talking about she can outbox Rolly Romero. And I feel her on that, you know, but she tripping on that, you know, but in my opinion, and I talked about that with your boy BJ3, you know, in my opinion, Rolly Romero should not be a world champion. You know, a lot of these welterweight guys that we see in the welterweight division, you know, 10, 15 years ago would not be world champions. And Floyd Mayweather said it best. You know, a lot of these guys are given belts. They don't deserve belts. And that's what's been going on in that welterweight division with Rolly, Ryan Garcia, and things like that. And don't get me wrong, I like Ryan Garcia, you know, but do I think that these guys, you know, and even Devin Haney, and I'm not saying that Devin Haney, he deserves to be a world champion. You know, he went out there and did his thing, you know. But in my opinion, man, a lot of these fights like the Hagler, the Hearns, the Roberto Duran's, you know, those were champions. And a lot of those guys, you know, they fought everybody. They didn't dodge fights and things like that, you know. So, you know, in my opinion, man, Rolly. Yeah, shout out to BJ3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, BJ3, and we missing him tonight, you know, but I think he was at a festival. So, you know, but yeah, man, I want to see I just want to see a better job from that division, man. You know, but here we go. Here, I'm gonna let you guys hear a little bit of this commentary too. You know, you got Shakur getting ready to fight too. But that Rolly versus Teofimo, that should be a pretty good fight, man.
Guys like Sandro Martin, to a certain degree, a guy like George Kambosos, those are the types of fighters that have given Teofimo Lopez some trouble over the years.
See, and I believe that, yeah, your boy Shakur already fought Teofimo and beat him.
He has success against you. I will say, the one variable in all this, the relationship between Teofimo and his father. I was watching the Ring Magazine podcast featuring Teofimo Sr. and Jr., and there still seemed to be some disconnect after the fight against Shakur. Teofimo Sr. did not have a good night in that fight.
Hey, my 313, can you hear the commentary when I'm not talking? Because I want you guys to be able to hear when I'm not talking either. You know, because it sounds like I'm losing my voice. I've been on here for 3 hours. Hey, and that's crazy. You know, I give all the credit in the world to Claressa Shields. Losing that much weight, being able to go from heavyweight all the way down to middleweight. I know it's a lot easier for women to do it than men. It would be impossible for a men heavyweight to go all the way down to middleweight. It would be damn near impossible to even make that weight. He would be so drained, it would be impossible for him to probably even win that fight. He would be so goddamn drained. You know, you will see a motherfucker get all the way down and balloon back up so quick.
I'm wondering if there's going to be an increase in power in Claressa Shields. We know she can box, a two-time Olympic gold medalist. We know she's got a hand speed advantage, but we have yet to see.
She looked good, man. She done lost a lot of weight.
Challenger at the super middleweight division. Michigan native, somebody she knows well, and some of the work that
she definitely in shape.
Has been focused on power punches, slowing down.
I don't know exactly how much. I think the last time I heard she lost over 30 pounds. I'm gonna have to go back and see how much. And you may can do this too. I'm gonna have to go back and see how much that last fight she weighed in and compare it to this fight. But from the last I heard, she lost over 30 pounds.
what kind of fights available. What's that gonna include? Well, that's on time.
Claressa is
Yeah, so
overlooking
listen, you know,
the
and we know she's gained a lot of that weight back since the weigh-in. So, you know, but she definitely looks small.
Gold medalist over in the UK. She is a welterweight title holder, and the two sides have been negotiating over the last couple of weeks to make a fight between Claressa and Price at 160 pounds. Now, Claressa wants to get.
So that means she's gonna move back up.
Do it in a healthy way. She checked that box, and she wants to make sure that there's hardware on the line when she
19-time world champion. Wow.
Wins these two world titles. I do believe we're going to get Shields versus Price in a big matchup in their next fight.
And look, you gotta look at the other side too. I know a lot of fans are here to see Claressa, but you gotta look at Kaye Scott as well. The champion.
Yeah, Kaye Scott a big girl, 313. She a big girl. If she can throw that jab and that right hand behind, that right hand behind it, you know, because you know Claressa is probably going to be the aggressor. I think, you know, I don't know. You know, I don't know who you think is going to be the aggressor out of the two. In my opinion, I think Claressa is probably going to try to come out and be the aggressor out of the two, but it's a big white girl. She's the champion, you know. So normally the champion is the aggressor and come out more aggressive and more physical than the challenger. You know, but we're talking about the GWOAT. So here we go, man. We are here. We at the main event. Your boy has been on here. I can't believe it's been 3 hours, but damn. You know, but we are at the main event. You know, we started off with that Orlando Brown and that Ray J fight. It was a pretty decent, entertaining so-called fight, if that's what you want to call it. Okay, Claressa is only 24. I think they got that wrong. All girls 5'10", she got the height, and Claressa got the reach. No, all girl got the reach. Old girl, Claressa got the weight. So old girl's a little bit. She has the reach, and she's a little bit taller. Claressa has the youth advantage, I should say. I don't know why I thought Claressa was older than 24. I think they may have that wrong.
Let's now welcome to the ring our main event.
Yeah, me, Amon 313 said I don't know anything about the other female. Me neither. But she's a world champion, so. So here she comes. They're getting ready to bring her out. So you got to put a little respect on her name. You know, she's the champion, so she got 2 belts. She kind of looked like a Russian. She kind of looked like a Drago of the female. Like if you had to judge her, Amon 313, you would say she kind of looked like a female Drago from Rocky. Like she's from Russia. You know, about to fight Apollo Creed and Claressa Shields. You know what I need for you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Your boy been on here for over 3 hours, bringing you guys great fight commentary. We were not able to show the main attraction, the main events, but we did show the Ray J and Orlando Brown fight. And it was a pretty good. Most people were entertained. Most people said they enjoyed it. So, you know, my opinion to people, what you want to see Ray J again in another fight, meaning that we've already saw him twice. We saw him win once and lose once. So, in my opinion, I want to move on to see other people fight. If that's what we're going to continue to do. Okay, Shields is 31. That's what I thought. They said 24. I'm like, ain't no way she no motherfucking 24. All right. Good looking, Amon 313. So they put up the wrong information. They said she was 24, which I'm like, I know she ain't. No got that 24. Okay, so your girl is in the ring, and I think they, and this is normally they don't do this. They introduce the champion first, and they're getting ready to bring Claressa Shields out, if I'm not mistaken. You know, normally the champion always comes out last. You know, but I guess you got the GWOAT. She got the house sold out. This is her event, you know, so they're going to bring her out last. So here we go.
but she has to control her body language, control her breathing, and hide anytime she'll do something big. An excellent way of thinking when you're not the favorite.
And if you're wondering why Kaye Scott got such a late start in the game, she's 42 years old now. Because she had to.
Oh, they just said she was 42.
Women boxing was banned in her state of New South.
See that's the stats they put up. They got the stats all fucked up there. Now they just said she was 42. I thought they said she was 37. 36, I thought I saw. Okay, so they say why Kaye Scott started late. Boxing was banned in her country where she was from. Yeah, this will be a big accomplishment for no one has done it. You know, and whatever happened with that Layla Ali, I guess Layla Ali backed down. I guess Layla didn't want that smoke, you know, because I remember a year ago, you know, you had Layla and they got Claressa getting ready to come out. You know, Layla was in the talks of fighting, but you know, I guess Layla, you know, didn't want that smoke. Well, here go your girl. I'm gonna let you guys hear. She got Papoose right there on the side. Boy, he riding Papoose riding that motherfucker wave, ain't he? You know, I ain't mad at him though. You know. Oh, they got your girl, the little rapper, female rapper, getting ready to come out.
Also sell. Looks also promote. So not only are looks going to get you somewhere, but the hooks are going to get you even farther. When it comes down to fighting,
Amon 313 says Shields is the A side. She ready.
She had that demeanor coming to the ring.
Slight delay, and we're dealing with some.
You got a little delay.
Before the quote makes the walk. Everyone in the arena is on their feet as it goes out, crowding the barriers. She has become.
I think they got the rapper Lotto out there. They waiting on something with Lotto in her mic. It's about to go down, you guys. So give me your opinion, man. What do you guys think? Do you think the weight loss is going to affect Shields' power? Do you think it'll affect her stamina? And do you think she'll be victorious? So I would love to hear you guys' your thoughts, your opinion on this comment. The comment section is open. Hey, my 313 said, I think he already. Hey, my 313, give us your thoughts and your opinion again. Who are you going with the W? I know you're gonna probably go with Shields, you know, because she's from the hometown. But give me your thoughts and your opinion on this fight. Even though you don't know that much about Kaye Shields, me neither. You know, give me the keys to victory for Shields in your opinion. You know, meaning that she's fighting a bigger and a taller woman, and that she lost over 30 pounds. You know, what's her keys to victory in your opinion? See, they showing some highlights from Kaye Scott. She got a good left hook. She got a hell of a good left hook. And she's tough too. I will say that because she's taking a lot of shots from that clip that they just showed. So she's a tough white girl. Like I said, she looked Russian. She looks like she may be either Russian or I'm gonna see one again once they'll put it up. Because I may be wrong. She looked like she got a little bit of melanin in it too.
Not only her strength, her power, but even knowing there's a woman, there's a champion that doesn't stop learning. She's always trying to learn. Now that she has already to rebel.
She ready too. She looked like she's ready to come out there. Here we go, you guys. I still got it. I still can throw them hands.
We're ready to see the go make the walk. Here's Thomas Trot.
I don't know how many rounds I can go, but I still can get it. But here we go. I'm gonna let you guys see the the comment, the announcer announced the fighters.
Claressa, T-Rex,
Go. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Mike's up.
It's an absolute fantastic, but it has been for a few hours.
Okay, I got you. I think that Lotto they're bringing up. Looking good. Okay. That trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Okay, I got you there. I think that's Lotto. Look like Claressa Shields ready to shake her ass. All right, here they go. Hope you guys can hear the commentary. 8-Mile-31 said I got Shields, even though I never seen old girl fight. Shields win because of her experience. I agree. Yep, I agree with you 100%. Shields, man. Shields is different, man. You know, she brings a lot of heart, man. You know, and for her to come from heavyweight to drop 30 pounds, man, to come down and challenge Kaye Scott for her belt in the middleweight division, man, that's a lot. That shows a lot, you know, from this young woman. You know, but look at your boy Papoose, man. He definitely riding that wave, boy. He riding that wave. I ain't mad at it. Okay, see, they ready. What's up, man? We got a few people in here watching. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. It's getting ready to be a good fight. It's getting ready to be an entertaining fight. And I want to know, 8-Mile-313 gave his opinion. I want to know everybody's opinion. What do you guys think? You know, how do you think Claressa Shields is going to look after dropping over 30 pounds, coming from a heavyweight down to middleweight? You know, give me your thoughts and your opinion on tonight's fight. You know, don't let 8-Mile-313 be the only one making comments. I want you guys to interact with your boy. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all like and y'all share the content, please. It helps the channel grow. Crazy. They down there going crazy. She should have had your boy from Flint bringing her out. Real talk. What's the rapper name from Flint that signed to Peasy? I don't know why she'll never be having him come out. But here we go. I'm gonna let you guys hear the announcement, and then I'll do my commentary once the fight starts. 87% said Claressa Shields is going to win over Kaye Scott. 13%. Look at Papoose up in that motherfucker. 8-Mile-313 said he's most definitely riding that wave. Riding that motherfucker, boy. You know, I ain't mad at him, though. You know, he doing what he's supposed to do. You know, she like it, I love it. You know, so they doing the national anthem from wherever she's from. So I want to see exactly where she's from, too. Like I said, she looked Russian, but she looked like she had maybe have a little bit of melanin. She probably got a tan or some shit, though, before she got. You know, but man, hopefully I just want to see a good, great, entertaining fight tonight. You know, like I said, I want to know if, you know, I want to know you guys' opinion. Do you think Claressa will be able to bring the power? And 8-Mile-313 said, you know, she really doesn't have that much power. Only 3 knockouts. You know, she wins by endurance and just, you know, stamina. And that's it. You know, she wins with heart. She got the heart of a female lion. This sounds like some Ireland or shit. versus, I don't know. But it's getting ready to go down, y'all. You're getting ready to see your girl Claressa Shields versus Kaye Scott in a middleweight championship. You know, your girl has lost, like I said, over 30 pounds, and this is her second fight within a year. You know, you just saw her fight the one big girl in that last heavyweight fight she fought. It was a really good fight, too. And she almost stopped her. Went, I believe, 10 rounds. Yeah, they got a nice belt. That belt look good. Yeah, but you guys, give me your opinion. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight. There's been some pretty decent fights all the way up into the main event. We just saw a pretty decent fight. The co-main event, good fight. You had two fighters that saw each other 3 times, and you know, first time fighting in the pros. It was a pretty decent fight. You know, but here we go. I'm gonna let you guys hear the weigh in, and then we'll get back to our commentary. I mean, not the weigh in, but the referee. Well, the national anthem, I should say. It's a sold out crowd there in Atlanta, boy. Who is that? Yeah, she almost a lot of way. She looks small. You know, but if anyone can do it, man, she can do it. You know, that's why they call her the GOAT. And she done made it possible, you know, for our future female fighters to get in there, you know, and do her thing, man. That's why I love her. You know, what she has done. She has opened up the door, you know, for our young women growing up, you know, that may want to get in there and fight, you know, and do their thing, you know. So she has definitely, you know, broadened the horizon of women's, you know, boxing, you know, and she the GOAT. You know, so I give her all the credit in the world, man. She sell out arenas. You know, so we watching an experience, we watching greatness, man, in the making. You know, I want to thank everybody, man, who's been 89313, everybody who's been rocking through the show, man. We've been on here for 3 hours and 16 minutes, you know, giving y'all full commentary and watching these fights, you know, from the beginning. So I need for you guys to make sure that y'all reciprocate back and hit that subscribe button over on my channel. Please do that to help the channel grow. It gives me the strength to continue to come back on here and do shows like this. So please help your boy out and hit that subscribe button. But here we go. I'm gonna leave it over to not Jimmy Buffer, but to the ring announcer.
We welcome Molly Nicole to sing the national anthem for the United States.
All right, so they got the national anthem. I really can't hear it. She look low. But yeah, man, it's been a great week for your boy. Starting off, we went over 1,000K subscribers. You know, it was a goal that we set out, and we hit that goal. We're gonna continue to bring you guys good and great and accurate content to the channel. You know, and then another thing. Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulty, but it's been a great week, boy. I experienced watching my daughter, you know, bring my grandson into this world the other day, Friday. So it was awesome, you know, awesome experience being able to see my baby give daughter to my grandchild. So you know, that definitely was an ultimate experience, and you know, just like I said, a hell of a week, man. You know, seeing being able to experience that, you know, the Lord allowed me to live, you know, and it was my birthday weekend too, Monday. You know, so it was my birthday Monday. I got to see my grandchild being born, and it was something else. I said, oh, and we hit 1K subscribers, man. So it was a hell of a week for your boy. So I think I had the trifecta this week. You know, I had a birthday. My grandson was almost born on my birthday 3 days later, but you know, it is what it is. But again, I want to give a shout out to my daughter and to my new grandson, the Wrights. You know, it was a hell of a event, not an event, but a hell of an experience to see and watch. You know, watching my daughter, my baby, my only daughter, give birth, you know, to my grandson. So, you know, I definitely want to give a shout out to her. You know, and then I definitely want to give a shout out to you guys. You know, y'all made it happen. Everybody with that subscribe button. You know, it definitely was. You know, I definitely, you know, it definitely was a proud moment, man, when I saw that 1K hit. You know, so all the hard work, because look, it is not easy getting up here trying to entertain you guys and work my equipment and, you know, and just keep a good conversation going. It's not, you know, I want to give a shout out to all the YouTubers that do it and podcasters that make it look easy, because it's not. You know, but here we go. I'm going to let you guys hear the commentary. I got the hat trick, 8-313. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Round 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with our three sponsors, Holy Band. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Commission, Executive Director Matt Woodruff, along with World Boxing Association, President Nuevo Mendoza Jr., Supervisor Gina Malvartida, and the World Boxing Council, President Mauricio Suleiman, Supervisor.
Yeah, she look in shape, bro. 8-313. And you can tell that 30 pounds, boy, 30 pounds is a lot.
And Alex Maine, our referee in charge.
I need to lose about 30.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event. So, boxing fans, joining us live worldwide. Boxing fans here in Atlanta, Georgia.
See, and look, and I was just having a conversation with your boy BJ3. We were just talking about, you know, how the Sheiks has took her over the boxing game, and you know, pretty much, you know, like all the main attractions that we've been seeing has been overseas and things like that. You know, you guys give me your opinion. What do you think? Do you think boxing needs to stay here in the U.S.? We need to see most of our main events here, or do you think that's good for boxing to see, you know, a lot of our main attractions in our heavyweight fights over in other countries? Okay, it's 31-5-9. Yeah, they were totally wrong on the first shit that they put out. They said she was 24. I knew she wasn't. Okay, so you was right at 9-3-1-3 on the 3 knockouts.
Winning 19 world titles in 5 weight divisions, becoming the undisputed light middleweight and middleweight world champion, the current undisputed heavyweight world champion, and the #1 pound-for-pound female fighter in the world.
Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, universally recognized, the greatest female fighter of all time. Here is the Quote.
I wish I could show. I wish my camera didn't die out.
And across the ring in this main event, she is the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner. She comes to the ring wearing red with white and weighed in officially at 158.8 pounds.
She a big girl, 8-313. You know, if she come out there and throw that jab and throw that motherfucking right hand behind her, Claressa, it's gonna be a good fight. But she's up there, she's 42, you know, but like they said, where she's from, boxing was bad, so she started late in her career. You know, so, you know, and I'm not going to say age doesn't have nothing to do with it, you know, because I'm 51 and I think I can get out there with some 20-year-old niggas and still knock their ass out. You know, so it's just really all about your chin. because you can get out there with a young buck that got all the stamina in the world and hit him dead on the button, he gonna drop. I saw it happen.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to follow the line commands, protect yourself at all times. Just listen up on the low blows. Both of you are going to go from the middle of the ladder.
Yeah, she looked like she got Claressa by like 3 or 4 inches. God damn. All right, here we go. This is about to be an interesting fight, y'all. And of course, I'm going with the quote. I just want to see a great, entertaining fight. And that's it. But at the end of the day, I'm going with the quote. I think, I'm not going to say what I think. I just want to see a good, entertaining, great fight. You know what? Fuck that. I want to see a knockout. I want to see Claressa beat her ass. Fuck that. That's what we want to see.
What's really on with Kaye Scott is can she stay on that front foot? She is not going to be successful.
She looked like a big girl. She's stiff, but Claressa right there in the middle. Claressa put that motherfucking left hand up. So they right there in the middle of the round. Old girl is trying to be the aggressor, but she really don't want to run up in there. Claressa is holding the ground in the middle of the round. Basically just standing there, just doing that. Waiting to throw a punch. There go Claressa with the 1-2. She just threw overhand right. Didn't connect. Old girl looked kind of scared already. Yeah, she looked scared. Claressa already got her beat, along of just who Claressa is. Okay, Claressa just hit it with a 1-2. Right hand. Another right hand. Ooh, Claressa got it. Another right hand by Claressa. Okay, Claressa got it with another right too. Another right by Claressa. Another right hand by Claressa. And old girl got the jab. All she got to really do is throw that jab and keep Claressa off. Now she's starting to throw the jab. But Claressa, Claressa has that quickness, and she's just too quick for old girl from right now, from what I can see. Girl's kind of timid, probably a little scared. And then with the quote. Claressa, she just threw a 3-punch combination. All right, so this is the last 10 seconds of the first round. Another good 1-2 by Claressa, another good overhand right hook. Through the left hook. Okay, so that was a good first round. It was a good action-packed first round. I give that first round to Claressa. She landed the more punches out of the two, and she was the more aggressive. So I will give that first round to her. She looked good. And she looked good to lose 30 pounds and come down to middleweight from heavyweight. So we'll see. That was the first round. It was a little filling out. How the first round is. Fighters got to fill each other out. And Kaye Scott didn't look bad neither. She looked a little timid, but as the round went, she settled down and started to throw that right hand, that jab. That's what she needs to do. Kaye needs to throw that jab and establish that jab and throw that and throw the right hand behind that jab. She has the reach. She's the champion. So I think once she settled down, it'll turn into a fight. The champions is definitely out there in the house tonight. The stars are out there tonight, I should say. My bad. Here we go. Round 2. Okay, they're in the middle of the round. You got Shears popping that jab. That's what I said. She needs to pop that jab and throw that right hand behind that jab. She has the reach. She's the bigger of the two fighters, as far as height and with that jab, in my opinion. Claressa just threw a counter right hand. Okay, so they're in the middle of the ring. Claressa throwing that. She's throwing that 1-2. They fighting. Kaye Scott, she took them punches. She right there.
She'll throw body shot. After she was she'll take up the body shot.
She just going for a body shot right there. See, Kaye Scott got to throw that jab. She kind of acting like how that last fight was, a little bit timid, and throwing that right hand. She has the reach. She lumped up already. God damn, she got a lump on her. She got a Fred Flintstone lump on her motherfucking head. Scott does from Shields. Hell yeah. Yes, it is going to be a problem. That motherfucker literally looked like a Fred Flintstone lump on her head. And Claressa about to start going dead at that lump. And she should. And she throwing that right hand, right at it. Okay, so that's the end of round 2. I get that round to Claressa. It really wasn't that much action. They still filling each other out. But I tell you what, Kaye Scott got a Fred Flintstone lump on her motherfucking head. That's going to be a problem as this fight goes on. And I want to see where this lump comes from. I don't know if it was a headbutt or a punch, but if it was a punch, it looked like it could be a headbutt. But if it was a punch, she definitely lumped her up. They say even rivals giving her free promos. But yeah, man, Claressa Shields, one thing she does is bring out the stars and pack an arena. I want to see where this lump come from. And I don't see any marks on Claressa, so I don't think it was a headbutt, because you would see maybe a cut or a mark on Claressa, and you don't see any of that. But here we go, round 3 of 10.
It should have been a lot worse by that second quarter. Okay, not doing a tremendous job.
The worst one I ever remember seeing.
Hell yeah, that was a big ass knock at the corner. Pushed it down a little bit. Okay, Kaye Scott throwing that jab in the middle of the round. Claressa got a bounce going on. Put them hands up, Claressa. Claressa with the 1-2. Okay, she just got hit with a good right hand, Claressa. And now Claressa just threw another 1-2. Ooh, Claressa just threw a good uppercut to the body. Good head shot. Back up to the head. Claressa with the jab. Claressa with the 1-2. Claressa with the jab, triple jab with the right hand. Another jab to the body. Let me see, in 8-3-1-3 said it all. Claressa, man, she has a lot of endurance, a lot of stamina, and will outpunch you. That's what she does. She outworks the other fighter in front of her. She may not have a lot of knockout power, which most female fighters doesn't, but at the end of the day, she'll outwork you and outbox you. And that's what she's doing right now in this third round with Kaye Scott. And 8-3-1-3 said, "Do you think it's going to distance?" The way it's looking, I'm gonna say yes. Because at the end of the day, you hit it right on the point. 8-3-1-3. But the way it's going, I'm gonna say yes though. Because you hit it right on the nose earlier. 8-3-1-3. She really doesn't have that much knockout power, and then and if you look over her last 2 or 3 fights, those all of those fights went to distance. So yeah, I'm going to say this fight is probably going to go to distance, because Kaye Scott shouldn't be a pushover. She's a champion, so I don't think she, I think she at least will be able to go 10 rounds, but we'll see. In my opinion, I said I want to see a good action-packed fight, and I call for the stoppage and the knockout. So I do want to see a stoppage or a knockout either way. You know, but if I had to answer your question, I say it's probably going to go all 12. You know, but Claressa, she's starting to turn it up as the fight goes on. Boy, can you imagine the after parties that's going to be down there tonight? The stars are in the house in the ATL tonight. No, but here we go. Round 4 of 10. Okay, Claressa in the middle of the round. Kaye Scott, she's throwing the jab out there. Claressa with the 1-2. Okay, they got a 3-0 Shields, which I agree. She's the aggressor out of the two. Even though I'm not gonna say she's the aggressor, she's thrown more punches out of the two because you do have Shields. She's actually trying to be the aggressive out of the two. She's just really not landing any punches. She's throwing punches, but not landing. Good body shot by Claressa. Another body shot by Claressa. Back up top by Claressa. You know, and I love the body work that she does, and I love the defensive movement of Claressa. You know, she's not like how the normal female fighter, you know, sit there and take a lot of fighting shots. She's actually got her guard up, rolling and taking shots, you know, to the pads and to the elbows. Therefore, she's not taking shots to the face or to the body. So her trainers has done a good job at, you know, with technique and, you know, working over that through the years. Good right hand by Claressa. Another good counter right hand. She missed on that one. She's trying to catch him. See, and your girl, Kaye Scott, really not doing nothing, man, at the end of the day. So she's down 4 rounds to zip.
Big crowd here tonight, and even bigger one coming up September 5th at the historic Grove Park. They're expecting 80,000 fans for the farewell song from Katie Taylor as she rounds out her incredible career live on the zone.
All right, so here we go. We're getting ready to come up on the the corner need to be telling her she needs to turn it up because she's losing. She's lost every round, I should say. Yeah, she got to be a little bit more rough if they're expecting her to continue. If they're expecting her to keep her tight, because Claressa Shields, she's the aggressor out of two. She's landed more shots than out of the two fighters, I should say. Even though she's not the aggressor out of the two. Okay, here we go. Round 5 out of 10. Shields is coming out, you know, throwing the jab. Claressa is looking to be the counter fighter out of the two in this round, I should say. You know, really, this whole fight, she's been more of the counter fighter. She just landed more shots. Okay, here goes another counter right there in the middle of the ring fighting. And she got to make it real rough if she want to win this fight. But I don't think that's her fight, you know, what Claressa is trying to, you know, be more rough or physical. I don't think Kaye Scott can out rough or out physical Claressa. She needs to outbox her and use that jab and that length and that height. Oh, there she go. Now she's throwing that. She got Claressa on the rope. Yeah, there she go. Now she got Shields on the rope working. You know, but I think Claressa has the good uppercut by Claressa. She has the skills to, you know, to be able to protect yourself but hey, I tell you what, Kaye Scott, boy, she got her on the ropes and she throwing shots. You know, but she's just not throwing enough to affect And oh my God, Claressa just digging to that body. They're definitely right there on the, okay, Claressa got off the ropes, and they're taking it to the middle of the round. I tell you what, her corner has done a great job on that damn Fred Flintstone knock she had on her damn head. Okay, that was a good round. You know, that was if I had to give it, you know what? I'll give that round to Kaye Scott. She was a lot more physical. She brought it to Claressa in that round. So I will give her that round. So that was a good round. It was a good action-packed fight. I mean, good action-packed round and a good round for Kaye. So I will give Kaye that round. You definitely got the stars announced. I see your boy Mayweather out there front row. Money Mayweather boy, he definitely has a image to keep. Okay, ring girl. Yeah, they definitely partying down there. Okay, here we go. Round 6 out of 10. Good 1-2 by Claressa. Good body shot by Claressa. Back up top.
Neil mentioned earlier the 6-week training camp did 12 weeks of preparation for this fight. But she said
they got Claressa running all 5 rounds. Okay. I would have gave that last one to Kaye, but you know, they gave it to Claressa. You know, we got a few people watching. I need you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button, you're liking, you're sharing. You know, and also make your comment. Give me your thoughts on tonight's fight if you're watching it live on the zone. Who do you think is winning this fight? Who do you think is going to win this fight? Oh, good. They called each other on that one. Claressa just caught her with another hook. Another good right hand by Claressa. She caught her with another shot. She catching. Oh, another shot. I think she about to get the knockout. She got her. Claressa got her on the rope. Knocked her down. Got her. Yeah. Wow. Okay, 8-3-1-3. I said I want to see a knockout. Claressa, she got a standing knockout. She looked dazed. Here we go. Don't stop the fight. Let him go. All right, here we go. Claressa going for the knockout. She feel it. Oh, wow, the corner through the towel in. Wow, it's so good. She got that knockout, the corner through the towel in. That's crazy. She won it. There we go. You know, another, I'm proud of my girl, proud of my sister. You know, job well done. She stopped it. So we got the knockout. I called it. I said, fuck it. I want to see a knockout, even though I thought it may have went 12, but she pulled it out. You know, so you got to give it to her. You know, it was a good fight. You know, I thought Kaye was coming on a little bit, you know, but Claressa turned it on and she was a little bit too much. She brought the power with her, you guys. You know, and that was my question. Would Claressa be able to bring some of the power down after losing 30 pounds? And it showed in tonight's fight. So, yeah, you know, she was victorious. So to answer your question, 8-3-1-3, that last question, and I thought I did, it's not going the distance. She got that stop, you know. Well, they about to party in the ATL tonight. Yeah, they did a good job on that knot, boy. Her corner was good at taking the knot down because they took that knot down. But Claressa was a little bit too much. I gotta go give me some drink. But yeah, it was a great fight. All right, so I'm going to let you guys hear the official announcement, the official winner, and then we're gonna go ahead and close out. We've been on here for 3 hours and 43 seconds. So look, I need for you guys to make sure that you hit that sub button, that subscribe button. Your boy, we've been on here for damn near 4 hours. So I definitely need to make sure that it reciprocate and likes and subscribes. But yeah, man, she was throwing punches with bad intentions. The corner did a good job, the right job at stopping it. Because she was dazed. Yeah, she was in there with shots. Yeah. No problem, my girl. She caught her with a good left hook, a good right hand. That's one thing about Claressa, man. Look, she's gonna throw coming. They caught her with, it was the best. Ooh, another right hand. It was best at the corner. 8-3-3-1-3. Make sure you go watch the fight, man. I know you were you were live watching it with us, and I want to thank everybody who made comments. I want to thank everybody who subscribed to the channel, who watched us, man, who rode with us for the whole 3 hours, and those who just jumped in and was jumping out. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the comments. Yeah, she hurt her pretty bad. That the corner had to stop it. So they're getting ready to come in and do the final announcement, and then once that, we're gonna close out. But yeah, she hurt her bad, man. She stopped. The corner had to stop it, because she was either the ref was gonna stop it or it was about to be a knockout. It was a good fight, man. Good fight. But where do Claressa Shields go from here, man? She don't went to heavyweight all the way back down to middleweight. She fighting everybody. I would love to see her fight Alicia Baumgardner. But I think that's just too small for her to make it down. But I wish Alicia Baumgardner would move up to see that fight. I think that's what a lot of people want to see. Yeah, that was a top-notch performance by her. All right, here we go to the ring announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 38 seconds of round number 6. The blue corner retires their fighter.
Hey, as soon as you said that, bro, I swear to God, that nigga popped right up. He said, 8-3-1-3 said Napu's about to take half. And as soon as you said that, that nigga walked right up there on stage. Yeah, he about to take half. For sure. If Viking King said Joker would fight, they stopped it. They stopped it rigged. I think the corner stopped it. I don't think it was a rigged fight. I think the corner of Kaye Scott saw what was to come, and they stopped it, prematurely of the ref stopping or even her getting stopped, by a knockout. So I don't think it was a staged fight at all. I think it was a great fight. And I think it was a great stoppage. So she did her thing, man. Unified middleweight. Yeah, that's incredible, man. So you got to give her all the credit in the world. This woman been moving up and down, fighting whoever. And that's why I give her, so much credit, because she doesn't back down from no one. And I remember, like I said, just a year ago, we heard talks of Lalea Ali and her fighting, but I guess Lalea didn't want that smoke. It's definitely a party going on down in Atlanta tonight. Nice. Yes. Yeah, so look, man, it definitely was a great fight. Claressa did her thing. She's now, I believe, a 19-time world champion, if I'm not mistaken. But we're gonna listen to what the Glow had to say, and then we're gonna go ahead and close it out.
You're the queen, 160 pounds. How'd you feel about that performance?
38 pounds, 313. I was wrong. I said 30. She lost 38 pounds. She's the new WBA and WBC world champion. So she got 2 belts.
You knew coming in, you probably had the skill advantage, speed advantage, accuracy advantage, but it seemed like from the opening bell, you were looking to get that stoppage.
She was probably what I thought. She was very strong. And I knew that when we played the way that we played too much early.
Right. Right. Yeah, hey, look, it was a good fight, man. You know, I have nothing but all the credit in the world. Look at your boy Pat Poops is on the riding that way. Ooh, yeah, that listen, she was hurt. Listen, Viking Kings, did you see that motherfucking left hand? For you to say that it was rigged, come on, that was rigged. Wasn't nothing rigged about that damn right hand. You know, so overall, man, it was a great overall fight card with the prelims and the main event. You know, it just took a long time for us to get here. You know, starting off with the Ray J and Orlando Brown fight. You know, so but look, man, I want to thank everybody, and I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. We've been on here for 4 hours. You know, and I think that's a record. You know, so I need for everybody to make sure that you hit that subscribe button before you guys check out. You know, I want to thank everybody who made a comment. I want to thank Viking Kings who made a comment. Your boy 8 Mile 313 who's been riding with us for the whole night, and I want to thank everybody else, man. You know, all this week who's been hitting that like and that sharing that, and most of all that subscribe button. You know, but it was a great night. Claressa Shields did her thing. She's now another 2-time world champion in the middleweight division. You know, so what's next for your girl, man? She's doing any and everything. She's fighting everybody. She's not dodging nobody. You know, the only thing that really I say the next is on the list is your girl Alea Ali, and I don't think she wants that smoke. You know, but 8-3 said you did a great job. Thanks again, bro, man. You rolled out with me, so I'm going to go ahead and close out. You know, again, you know, it's been another one. It was a great fight card. It was some good fights. Everybody did that thing. And again, I want to give my, you know, my congratulations to your girl, Claressa Shields, on winning another. You know, and that's hard, man, coming down from heavyweight to middleweight. And now she's the 2-time middleweight champion of the world. You know, so again, it's another one. It's your boy Dame D, and I am out. Peace.